Appalachian sunrise meets my skin. Even with my eyes still closed, I can feel it coming in. Golden, golden, I'll follow only golden, 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 golden things. Mountain laurel high fives for miles in spring. Rainbow trout and a hummingbird wing. Golden, I'll follow only golden, golden, golden things. Gold hair, gold rings, gold leaves, gold anything, golden, I'll follow only golden, golden, golden things.
Hey folks, there's a chance this isn't...
Appalachian sunrise meets my skin. Even with my eyes still closed, I can feel it coming in. Golden, golden, I'll follow only golden, 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 golden things. Mountain laurel high fives for miles in spring. Rainbow trout and a hummingbird wing. Golden, I'll follow only golden, golden, golden things. Gold hair, gold rings, gold leaves, gold anything, golden, I'll follow only golden, golden, golden things.
Let there be light. And there should be light as well. And there we go. Look, there's like 8 people to go. Oh, light. Let's have some light. Oh, there you go. That's better. Happy birthday, TJ. It goes without saying. I had to announce that. How is it? How's it going? This is working, right? Please tell me this is working. So what happened was when I pulled the microphone round, it accidentally just tugged a cable, which turned off the webcam. It turned off a few other things. I've got a USB hub and just random peripherals just disconnected. Hey, amazing. Fs. Oh, fantastic. That's great. One more thing, one more step. The stream on Insta has broken. Just gonna get that working. 1 second, everyone. Okay, so what are we gonna do today? I don't know. I've been really busy. I know that's true a lot of the time, and you're probably all sick of hearing it. We get it, Mike. We know you're busy. But like, things are crazy busy at the minute. And I can see a future where things are just like manageable and orderly. And I'm not there yet, but I can see it. It's like right over there. I just need somebody to pick it up and bring it here, please. That would be amazing. Busy and dizzy. Busy makes dizzy. And absolutely, all the time. Okay, all of my windows are back where they should be. A window here, a window here, a window here, a window here. Great. There's cables over here which should not be touched. I think we're good. I do. I think we're... Nope. I have operantly conditioned everybody to leave when that music comes on. You get there, Mike. Yeah, well, yeah, Helen, I'm kind of committed now, and you know, it's scary. It's like pulling out onto a really fast motorway or freeway when you're in a really old car that can only do like 40 miles an hour while juddering away. That's how scary it feels. You think one of the wheels is about to fall off, and there's trucks and lorries passing by at high speed. The Autobahn! And your car is made of cardboard, and you're just pulling onto the freeway. That's kind of how I feel at the moment. On the flip side, has anybody heard of a sort of like a, not school of psychology, but a model of psychology called transactional analysis? I have been plotting some videos and a specialty entails around it. That's coming. Because I actually think there is a really good autism doogie, only 9 to go. Yeah, well, it was 8 a moment ago and now it's 9, so like we're going backwards. Tessa Chuck is losing its siding. I'm just losing my minding right now. The whole mind is gone. Right, I'll do this. Hang on. Oh, one more. Where's the chat? Oh, so many buttons. So many buttons. Here we go. So chat, yeah. So like, I just have to move some windows around. Sorry, everyone. I've got to move Discord. No offense to Discord, but you're going to have to go over there because I don't need to look at you right now. Hey, people, says people not a big fan. You should follow, not unfollow during a stream. Hint, hint, unfollow. Yeah, it's going to happen. If you actually unsubscribe right now, the number will react in real time. It might be like a couple of seconds delay, but that is like a real-time feed from YouTube Studio. So you can literally, if you guys unsub, don't worry about it. Just a few people need to unsub right now. Can we have some unsubbing, please? Just unsub, like push it down to like, see if I say that, people's PDA kicks in and no one does it. It's a bit like when I make rude jokes in my YouTube videos and nobody dares mention them. We're all so well behaved. Everybody is lawful good here. I've unsubbed and it went up, says Charlie, yeah. Okay. So, my brain is quieting down. I have notes here. The advantage is, to my handwriting, is I can only read half of what I've written down. There's a 50% retention rate. I don't suppose future anthropologists would want to, or audiologists would want to look at my notes. It's pretty bad. Okay, I won't stare at them now because you guys can't see them. Yeah, prep 30k live stream. That's one of the options. I'll tick it as done because, you know, too late. You get to cross things off your to-do list if they're all time. If you have like a time to-do list, there we go. Hey, there we are. If we, yeah, if you have like times on your to-do list, like do blah, blah, blah by today or by lunchtime or by whatever, bedtime, whatever. And then those events happen, but you haven't actually done the thing. It's a bit like a quest in an RPG. It's like a quest in Baldur's Gate or something. I don't know. When you get to cross it off anyway, it's complete, even if it's not done. Most of the stuff on my to-do list works that way. It gets crossed off because the time has expired. It has just happened. It's too late. You know, if you don't do the dishes, then mold moves in and does the dishes for you. No, Mike's not going to stop. It sort of depends, really. It's quite variable, isn't it? Soup, how's it going? Right. I have Sabes. You've been crawling over. You're right. You've been wanting attention this whole time, and now I give you attention, and now you don't want it. This is how cats work, everybody. Cats are PDA machines. Very, very... What's the word? Like, what is the word? I don't want to say capricious. That's kind of rude. Contrary. Yeah. I mean, he looks like I'm offending him right now, which I am. Anyway, this is Sabre. Hey, Jeffrey Pollen, haven't seen you in a while. Apologies if I now have cat fur everywhere. I didn't. Now I might. Yeah, the sub counts, kind of fun, right? Like, we've done this before. Some of you will remember a time the sub count. What was the ding? Oh, okay. All right. It's tons of people subscribing. Okay, this is subs. Jansen, Diana, DJ. Oh, that's funny. I might have to turn... Yeah, I've turned the sound off for that. Okay, what do you want, Sabes? What can I help you with? What can I help you with, Sabes? No? Okay, all right, fine. He just wants to be here. Like, right here. Which is fine. You don't hear dings anymore because I've just turned the dings down. D. Day to ring the cat bell. Oh. You'll stop subbing. Yeah. So, damn it, we've been caught on something. Yeah, exactly. Like, sub counts are a really interesting thing. I don't know if anyone knows this or if anybody wanted a meta lecture on YouTube or not, but like a while ago, sub counts stopped meaning anything. So it was really irritating for me some years back now, where a whole lot of creators that I used to follow, because I enjoyed, you know, YouTube's homepage being from the creators that I followed, just started changing, and it started becoming much more what YouTube thinks it wants me to watch. And I mean, apparently it works. I mean, it drives ad revenue for YouTube, so they're going to do it, right? We want Mike to stream all night. Well, stranger things have happened, Jansen. How many all-night streams have we had so far? There've been a few. There've been quite a few long ass streams. Okay, here's one. It was a couple of weeks ago now. We did an after party that was like 6 hours long. Was it like till like 5 in the morning? My time. The one with the patchwork cat. The patchwork cat after party. That was something else. It's quite nice having the chat on the screen as well, because then it doesn't look like I'm talking to myself. Because there's always a bit of a you're talking to yourself vibe going on. I cherish a long asped stream. Yeah. Okay. Oh, let me just make a note because I'm going to forget if I don't write it down, and then later on I need to read it, and then there's a 50% chance I might not know what I've written down. But if I do ASP in really big letters, or AASP because it is AASP, we can do the sensory profile thing. It's weird, but I think that some things like the monotropic theory of autism or attention, And also things like double empathy. And I know double empathy isn't exactly like, a theory as in like a body of facts or whatever. It's a hypothesis. I get that. I had that with Dr. K. Dr. K's team aren't keen on the whole double empathy thing because it's not like super established. But it almost seems like patently true, if that makes sense. I appreciate that. It's a bit cognitively biased of me to say, but I'd like more attention given to these things such that we can start looking at things like autism, neurodiversity, ADHD, just with a bit more nuance and a bit more neutrality. Hey, that's just my opinion. I'm just one guy. It's just an opinion. Oh shit! Look! Nice. You've done it. Apparently this is a YouTube channel now. To say who unsubbed and then like sub back again. Yeah. Wow. Hey, thank you everyone. But like I think Mike was the last to notice as TJ. That basically is the story of my life. And people are unsubbing now. So you can have the moment a few times. People always unsub. Some of you on the Discord will know this. In fact, actually, it's almost become a patently true thing for a lot of creators, which is that when you do a live stream, people go, vibe's different, don't like it, or whatever reason. I know no one ever says why. There's no exit interview, but people do unsub on lives. And it's also true that large creators have multiple channels. So you'll have like, in fact, I think small ones do as well. I think Lizzie, Creative Autistic, has spun up a second channel. I could be wrong about this. I think I'm right. I think she spun up a second channel, which means that, you can kind of put your streams and your shorts over there so they don't bother people not interested in them. Makes sense. Feels like too much admin for me. Congrats on the 30K. Thanks, Alan. Only problem is it's not 30, is it? It's like 29,999. It's like a small McDonald's fries off of $30,000. Wow, that'd be amazing. Could you imagine that? Could you imagine like converting all the subs into like money? Well, there you go. That's another small fries gone. It was 30 for a minute. Yay. Thanks, everyone. Congratulations from the shores of the Salish Sea? What's the Salish Sea? Salish Sea? Oh, thank you very much, Steve Ferry. We're jumping up and down. If you count the amount of subscribers who unsubscribed, you'll probably be way more than that. Oh, yeah. I did look to see how many people had unsubbed from the channel as a whole. It's in the thousands. it's a lot of... Yeah. Segalish is right. Okay, I'm actually going to stop what I'm doing for a second because marine and stuff is a big interest of mine and I've never heard of this. Somebody's quoting dark magic to me. Oh, Pacific Northwest. Interesting. I've never been anywhere there. I'd love to visit. I'd love to go and see cougars on Vancouver Island. And at some point, I am going to head to that bit of the world, Whistler and British Columbia. I would love to visit. It's on my... Wherever the VAT is. And annoyingly, VAT has been paid on them. Leslie, about 17, 18k more to beat Autism Speaks. Amazing. Those unsubscribers were dead, right? Yeah. I don't know. It's like... The weird thing is, because now I am reliant on making YouTube videos, I'm now doing YouTube, right? And it means, on one hand, no live streams, no after parties, no hangouts, nothing like that. Just, bin them all. The channel would grow faster. but it's like, doesn't seem like the right thing to do. You know what I mean? I don't know. Maybe I spend a lot of time thinking about like, what is the right thing to do? What is the... Oh, I know what I should do. I should embark on a massive project to put out a definitive piece of work about applied behavior analysis, ABA. And then at least half the people will be upset with me. That's the choice. I'm the guy who plays an RPG, gets to the very end, and has no allies because I've pissed everybody off. I have to play the end boss on my own. Because I think you missed a variety of... Yeah, I agree with you, Helen. Yeah, it's true. I think I would. And the live streams are very impulsivul, and that does definitely scratch an itch. Maybe now is a good time to start a second channel for live streams that I'm mucking about. I possibly is. Yeah, maybe. Maybe. There are things... There's actually quite a lot of stuff that I do not... I pre-filter. Like the thought arrives in my head and I go, hell no. Because it's off topic, like way off topic, right? So a lot of that stuff doesn't make it through and I don't ever create that content. The thing is, I'm not sure of ideas and things that I want to do. I have a big backlog. That sounds... Is a big backlog either a humble brag or incredibly dirty? No GI issues here. I've just done a big backlog. Jansen, is that a threat? Mike is basically Joel from The Last of Us. Are you calling us back scratches? What do you mean? What did I say? Did I say something that got misperceived wrong? Sounds like your RPG party realistic. Yeah, Nikki. But it's like by the end, I'll end up with like no friends. I will spoiler it and say ABA what the fuck, but you know, and I get it, right? Like when I, you know, and this is only assuming that people actually like take the time to like listen or read and then go, I think that's not right. But it's fine, actually. I don't mind that. It's okay. I had someone in the comments the other day tell me that like my presentation style like was off and like I didn't like it. And it's like, okay, what do you want me to do with that information? It's like, what do you like? What do you want from me? I just I think it's a fun thing to play with, that little number there on the screen. It shouldn't, by the way, if you don't want to be perceived and you do want to muck about, you can unsub and resub and it won't play a sound. And I don't believe it will put an animation on the screen or your name on the screen. I think Stream Elements knows. And it only plays it once within a certain time period. It's you know, you can't just unsub sub and like spam a channel with notifications. Please, Sabre, don't do that because now you're covering everything in hair. That's Polly's job. Oh, Princess Polly, a fluffy butt castle. That's nice. Lorax, anytime during your ABA training, did you ever feel a compulsion to hit yourself with a ruler? Yeah. I've just done some assignments actually and handed them in, and they were shit. And I'm going to post them and things on my Patreon afterwards. You know, there'll be extra content for members, and you can see some of the assignments and shit. I mean, don't plagiarize from me if you want to do it yourself and become an RBT, you know. But Sabre was eating the string from my book. Yeah, don't plagiarize my work. it's like making charts in Excel. I use numbers on Mac because it's just prettier and I just prefer it. There's less features, which is a good thing in some respects. And yeah, hit yourself over the knuckles with a ruler, plastic ruler, not a wooden one. Definitely, yeah. You know, so most of my frustration has actually been with respect to, let's hurry this up a bit, please. Let's hurry the fuck up. Come on, I know how to make charts in Excel. What do you want to know? Okay, trend lines. Okay, we're going to talk about baselines now and interventions. And are the behaviors going up? Are the behaviors going down? Okay, how many times has this child hit? Okay, let's just. It's like come on, skip that. The psychology, particularly on things like conditioning and motivation and behaviors and things, was actually really interesting for me. I found that a bit fascinating so far. But yeah, there's not. Weirdly, the RBT training is not. There's not a lot in there explicitly about harmless autistic behavior, but there is stuff in there a lot about harmless autistic behavior. So the whole kind of like quiet hands, sit down, be quiet, you know, the sitting thing, sitting like you would be expected to sit at an examination when you're an older teenager, sitting like you'd be expected to sit in a theatre play for some, I don't know, some fancy ballet, and you're near the front where everyone can see you and perceive you. That sort of behavior. To be fair, some people will never be able to do that or never would want to do that because it's quite restrictive, and that in itself is a big distraction. Just saying. But yeah, there's training involved in, you know, getting people to the point where they can do that. I'm just looking at my stats here in terms of connection. Oh, it's looking fine. Okay, stream health is good. Good. Okay. WTF is with neurotypical's fixation with sitting motionless. Yeah. So, like, yeah, there is a lot of fascination with sitting motionless. Someone says, what's the link between ADHD and autism? And the answer there is like a lot of it we know and a lot of it we don't know, but they are very, very related conditions. And a lot of behaviors and a lot of, some people would say with ADHD, I guess you probably could say symptoms. With autism, symptoms, features, traits, characteristics, I guess, are very similar from both, but they're driven by different reasons. On Neurodivergent Insights, if you Google Neurodivergent Insights, Misdiagnosis Monday, there is an amazing Venn diagram for you which shows you ADHD and autism and the little bit in the middle of like shared traits, and you'll find that fascinating. I certainly do. I think it's absolutely fascinating. The majority, although the numbers vary, but the majority, way more than 50%, that's fine, and we can argue whether it's 70% or 80%, of those who have ADHD would also qualify as autistic on the diagnostic criteria. This applied, my brain. I think this applied during DSM-4 era as well as DSM-5, but I'm not 100% on that. I need to check. But basically, the majority is you're more likely to be ADHD than not. Airlines would never have gotten away with making seats narrow with less leg room if they had to meet ND standards. Yeah, Anne-Marie, I agree with you 100%. I'm really dealing with the death of my partner. Do you think RSD can increase the feelings of grief? Yeah. I'm really sorry you're going through that. That's horrible. It's true for all of us that we'll all have those experiences at some point in our lives, and it's really hard, and there's no fixing it. And also, the one thing that helps me the most is that grief. I don't know. I'm an ocean kid. I love the sea, and I would say waves are a really good metaphor, especially as I still have glue on my head from what I've come to reflect on. Is actually could have been quite a serious accident. And you get the big waves of grief that just hit you and send you rolling, sometimes into the rocks. Sometimes you'll end up with blood running down your head. And then another wave, and then another wave, and another wave. But the waves reduce in intensity and frequency, but they still come. And you still will get waves. Be kind to yourself. RSD is possibly not the big factor here, but yeah. It's difficult. It really is. It's super, super, super difficult. And like timing of loss is always really, really difficult as well, because this is the sort of shit that blindsides you on a random Tuesday evening. It's never like when you're fully rested. I'm not saying that would make it better. I'm talking more generally now. It's never when you're ready, and it's always when you're super tired. And yeah, support networks are the most important thing, I think, for stability in life. Is there... What did I miss, by the way? You can see the chat chugging away. How much do you agree that autism and ADHD are two presentations of the same underlying thing, Judy Bell? This is hot take territory now. I don't. I think they're different. But specifically, you have to... ADHD is still under the very much a medical model thing. And with respect to ADHD, there are certain characteristics, certain behaviors, certain times where... how do I formulate this thought? I might get back to you on it, and it might be in the form of a long 30-minute video. I'm so sorry. I don't, but I do think they are very related, and much of it could come from the same thing or the same expressions of genes or whatnot, whatever. I'd be comfortable with that as a possible explanation. We didn't cover everything, but yeah, sure. So sorry. That was a mic hot take that was so hot that basically it's like the dough hadn't cooked. My wife was told that job centers they won't do anything to accommodate self-identified ADHDers. Yeah, this is true. They won't. They won't anything self-identified. Actually, in fact, if you were to say, for example, that you had back pain, okay. Yeah, that they might be like, okay, well, maybe being refuse collection isn't going to be great for you because so therefore let's look at something else. They might do that, but it's not really a consideration. All they can work on is kind of like medical stuff and what can you do, and they might think, oh, ADHD. That's the problem, right? That's the issue there. I would always argue, right? Especially, hey, Autism, thank you so much. I would argue this. Rather than saying, I'm suspecting ADHD or I'm self-identified ADHD or whatnot, I would take it one step sort of further, but also backwards. Let me explain. What is it about her ADHD that would make her unsuitable for the particular job that's being asked of her? I would work on that line and go, okay, this is what I find difficult. So, for example, for me, if I have to work with people who, like in Simulation 4 from Sunday's video, are just throwing things at me constantly, one question after another like this, just constantly, before I had a chance to process, and I end up looking like an idiot and getting fired. True story. Then it's that's something I'd say, right? I'd say, look, I need this now. I can actually now legally kind of almost enforce that. I can back it up and say, but I wouldn't disclose any of this. I'd say, for example, a job interview, not until later. But then again, I'd also pre-select the job role I'd be applying for. Something that says remote work would automatically tick that box for me. If an employer tried to change the contract retrospectively and say, no, you got to commute to the office. Okay, well, then start thinking about how I could protect myself and how I could protect the requirements that I have. And this sounds precious, but it's not. Most of the time, it would never get that far. Is that helpful? I promise I'll give you some concrete examples at some point. I need time to sit and think in quiet for hours, and then we'll go on a walk, and then it will come to me, and then I'll be like, oh shit, and then I'll sit there and I'll be on my phone just typing into the notes app, and then I'll make a video about it. That works for my style of thinking and my style of work. In fact, working, I do really, really well with like quote unquote work packages. So I like having, right, this is what's expected of you. This is what you need to do. This is what we want to do, blah, blah, blah. When do you think you can get it done by? How much will it cost? Whatever. But I now know, right, okay, I've got 4 days in order to deliver this. It's got to look like this. This is the expectation. Right, now I understand. But if that's kind of nebulous, as it was during my school years, and it's like I'd be told to do an assignment, and I would always turn in assignments that would get shit grades. I'd always turn in stuff that was wrong. And some teachers are really good, and they'd be like, hey, look at this student. This is what we expect. This is an example of a good one. And I'd be like, oh, fuck, I see where I've gone wrong here. I see what you want now. Thanks for explaining. Yeah, exactly. So when I know what's needed, and I know what's wanted, and I know exactly what's happening, then great. I can deliver that work package. But if I'm being micromanaged, I'm going to fail. Does all of that make sense? Does any of that help? I've tried giving you a concrete example, a nebulous one. I've got tons of fucking employment experience shit. I've probably done more job interviews than like, oh my goodness me. It was an extreme sport for a while for me. And the vast majority of them were failures, but I learned something from everyone. And because I'm a massive fucking nerd, I, wrote it all down and... Hey, Jansen, I've had... I tried signing on to the dole as well, actually. My first job at a university, so I did computer science. They... God, it was horrible. It was the most horrible workplace for a million reasons. I'll make a video about it. We'll talk about it another time. But my point was, after 6 months, I was made redundant just before Christmas. Just gotten married, just got a flat, a rented flat, signed a lease for a year. Do you know what I mean? And it's like, shit, I'm now redundant. And I literally walked out of that place with my mug, my coat, and an umbrella. And I walked straight downtown, like straight through the high street into the job center. And I'm like, okay, guys, I need you to help me sign on because I'm going to look for work. But, what the fuck? And you need something called NI stamps, which is a type of tax. Sabre, you can't go there. There are too many buttons. You have no idea what we're talking about, do you, Sabre? No idea. So I had to go in and get these NI stamps, because if you don't have them sort of stamped, it's like, oh, you haven't worked. Therefore, when you come to claim a pension later on, you're missing some stamps. Therefore, they're going to dock your pension a bit. Yeah, they were utterly useless as well. They were like, go and use the screens over there. They had these new booths in. Bear in mind, this was 2002. So they were like Windows 95 touchscreen era. It was not a fun time. It was not a fun time. Scott, did I miss the 30,000 screen? Yes. And also, I missed it too. I want to quickly scroll the chat. Soft spokesman, best. Oh, right. Okay. Yeah. you're going to go into the block list. Twitch spam. It's always Twitch for some reason. That's why I don't tend to stream to Twitch. No, Sabes, don't go there. Okay, it's time for the Sabre raffle. Who would like my familiar? Would anybody like my familiar? I'm offering him. He expects a very high standard of living. He expects all of his needs to be met preemptively before he thinks of them. Okay, lots of conversation about ADHD here. Okay, cool. All right, I promise you there's ADHD comment. There's ADHD content on the way. Otter. Doogie, I want Sabre. I know. You've said a few times. I'll take Sabre as a side snooker. Sabre, you can go and meet the other Emma, the watch holder, Juniper cat. The one from Shrek 2. Shrek 2? No. Puss in Boots. My name is Bruce. Thanks. He demands kisses and cat treats. Inattentive squirrel. An inattentive squirrel will fall to the ground. Yes, look. What can I do for you? I know you want me to stop messing with them. Okay, guys, let's take a quick, we're a bit late for it, but a quick 2-minute break, during which adverts might play. No one's missing out on anything because I'm going to go and get some cat toys and some cat treats because Sabre demands it. So thank you, Sabre, for pausing the stream. 2 minutes, everyone.
Appalachian sunrise meets my skin. Even with my eyes still closed, I can feel it coming in. Golden, even with my eyes still closed, only golden it coming. Golden things. Mount Laurel high fives for miles in spring. Rain, trout, and hummingbird wing. Golden, trout, and alpha, golden. Golden things. Golden. Gold rings, gold leaves, gold anything, golden. I'll follow only golden, gold anything, golden. I'll follow only golden things, golden.
There's been a robbery. Mugs. Ah. There's literally been a robbery. Oh, 30k subs. See? I told you it would go down. Did you guys like agree to do that whilst double golden things? Oh, okay. Right. Okay. So a bit of a problem then. Scott and I, what? Scott and I had unsubbed? What? When Mike isn't watching, let's drop under 30k. Wow. You know who your friends are. But the problem is, when I got the cat treats out, I got mugged. I got mugged by the cats. So they've been fed now. Sorry for the audio being distorted. I didn't realize that clip also played music, and then I was playing music, so that was my fault. I'm playing music, but the clip has music built into it. That was why it was weird. Sorry, but it was only 2 minutes. Anyone else feel like ADHD is worse than tired? Yeah, all the time. I feel congrats, Mike. Yeah, I've got a mug of tea from Tea Fairy. She just chucked one in. The friends like us, Mike doesn't need enemies. Well, let's steady on. I've got autism speaks. How do you like unsubbed? Okay, how do I manage this PDA? I think the challenge is to get sufficiently high that if everyone unsubs, it still says 30, because 30 is a much nicer number than like 20. And yeah, thanks everyone. Yeah, Yorkshire tea with oatmeal, gang. Yeah, that's exactly what this is. It is Yorkshire tea with oatmeal. In fact, I had to do a run to get another box of Yorkshire tea because we were out. And unfortunately, I've had to use some merch tea intended to post out to winners of prizes. Like, how do I quickly explain about the whole sub thing? My brain is blown away by the fact that anyone would even wanna watch any of my content anyway. First of all, that's still very much a thing. Even though I feel like it's better now than it's ever been, and like I'm just trying to make better and do, blah blah blah. Neurotribes is amazing. Nikki, get the audiobook because it's tough going. In fact, I even skipped a chunk about a third of the way in. It was rather too much. So Neurotribes needs an abridged version without the super detailed thing about a third of the way in, which accounts for a large chunk of the book actually. But like the history of autism in Neurotribes is so damn good, and people keep asking me, like, it comes up regularly, like, could I make a history of autism video? And it's like, well, that's the sort of thing I'll do when I retire, because Steve Silberman has already done it so well, and unfortunately, Steve Silberman has passed away, so cannot join Tea and Tales. Sorry, that is obviously terrible for his family and everything. Sorry, that came out wrong. You know what I mean? All right, let's just pretend I didn't say any of that. Just came across this channel and subbed. Photo Puppet, welcome to the Autistic Cats. Great to see so many other autistic people from the UK. Yeah, there's tons from the UK. There's loads from the US. The US is the single biggest like country, but then again, the US is quite a large place. So it goes like US, UK, Northern Europe is like super like I get people saying like one person recently, I won't name your name, you're on the Discord, and you're like, and it's like, oh, from Denmark. It's like, oh yeah, join the other Danes. And it's like then again, there's lots from Australia, Canada, but US and UK are the two biggest ones. Canada's like 10%, I think. Something like that. You can imagine what that graph looks like. It's like mostly US. And then if you want gender as well, because YouTube gives me male, female, user specified. Female is like 60%, maybe a teeny bit, maybe more. It varies a bit, but it's always between 60 and 65%. User specified is like a couple of percent, and male is the rest, whatever the balance is. Germany here? Yeah, tons from Germany. Loads. Although mein Deutsch ist nicht so good. I grew up in Germany, 10 years. I once did a talk from my local history society on, there's Alan, the history of autism. Amazing. There's so much in there, by the way. Like, what aspect of it did you talk about? Did you talk about, obviously, Asperger, Vienna? Did you talk about Gertrude? There's like a Jewish lady who almost coined the phrase first. Leo Kanner. Like, how do we... You grew up, what is it like? How do we... Netherlands, yeah. Netherlands is Netherlands, there you go. Look at all the Netherlands represent. Sweden. Netherlands is like overrepresented here. Why? I don't know. I can only do... Oh, man. I've only visited Netherlands once as an adult, and it was on holiday, and all the other times as a child, quite loads of times as a kid actually, because lived in Germany and we would just travel about a lot. Netherlands is cool. I'm not gonna give you my Austin Powers Netherlands accent, but like, it's like so many from Netherlands. I don't know if anyone's from Luxembourg. Have I seen Luxembourg before? 4 years in Germany as a kid, army brat, soup, you and me both. I did 10 years, but yeah, same thing. Similar experience, I imagine. How are you doing, Mike? Head injury or better? Miss Patvan, yeah. So it doesn't like hurt when I touch my head anymore. It's still slightly weirdly shaped, to be fair. But there's no like super pain. I can wash my hair. By the way, you guys are probably the only people on the planet that would actually understand me here when I say that I got out of the sea and I couldn't wash my hair for days. And it's like, not washing your hair for days is fine. And depending on your hairstyle and your lifestyle and that sort of stuff, may or may not be an issue for you. For me, it's a problem because I don't like head grease. I don't know how to explain it. But if you've come out of the ocean and you've been wearing like a rubber hood, do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, you smell of rubber, seaweed, just like ocean smells. I don't know how to describe it. And salt, and the salt is kind of sticky and tacky. The salt would bother most neurotypicals, I reckon. The salt would bother a lot of neurotypicals. And yeah, you just want to wash that off. So it was like a couple of days before I was able to kind of like just pour water on my head to just kind of like get most of the salt off. I currently have glue, and the glue is still there. I still have glue on my skin, but it's peeling a bit. There you go. Probably not the sort of conversation you guys wanted to hear, but yeah, that's what's happening. So yeah, I can still feel like bits of glue because it's like lifting. It's weird. Oh man. I mean, I'm grateful for medical care. I guess. Like, do you know what I'm trying to say? You know, it's like, am I going to have bald spots on the back of my head? I don't think so. But the biggest problem is the ickiness afterwards. Yeah. So what I normally do, in fact, what I did on this trip as well, I always carry fresh water with me. And I hate that normally I can just like leave it on the shore, but not this time because it involved a hike. This particular excursion involved a hike. So I didn't carry much water with me. I carried a thermos flask with just cold or coolish water. And I use that to wash my hands, wash my face after getting out the ocean. None of this is ever really like an issue. Like, no, I don't, none of my other dive friends do this. I don't think anybody's made a comment about me doing it. Maybe they have and I haven't picked up on it. But I will go onto a dive boat and I will bring water with me, my own water. And then I'll just I'll pour some in my hands and then I'll get all of the salt off my hands, and then I'll put some on my hands and I'll do my face. Sometimes, depending on the temperature, I'll pour it on my head as well and just get the salt off. You're no longer good bald, sorry. Oh, will I have a scar though, Soup? Will I have a scar? I could look like an indoor witcher. No. I'd end up looking like some sort of indoor vampire. Bald vampire. Charlie, my hair is spiky and messy today. It doesn't seem to meet the rules of gravity. Perfect. As it should. My daughter's supposed to buy back of her head from head injury during the part of COVID. It's absolutely told us not to go to the hospital unless absolutely necessary. Oh, I remember that part. Yeah, around here we had speed limits, really strict speed limits. You could drive, but you had to basically be so slow because there's no hospital for you guys. So just you can't do anything. Okay, sorry that happened to her. Quirky, what's the coolest moment you've experienced diving? Coolest moment? Oh, wow, there's been so many. I enjoyed being in Tenerife when my son qualified as a diver on his final sort of checkout dive. And I loved being under the water and just sort of watching him come. That for me I felt really proud as a parent. And we saw so many cool things. We saw turtles and barracuda and all kinds of cool stuff. It was really lovely. It was such a lovely moment. Lovely experience. I've had tons of other cool experiences with my son as well. I think most of the cool ones I've had have been with my kid. We've had some fantastic moments. Our last dive was in a quarry, weirdly. We looked at a plane. We looked at an old shipwreck, an Elizabethan shipwreck called the Gresham. It was uncovered in the Thames in London and then piece by piece removed from the Thames and placed in a quarry, and we went to dive it. So we went to dive a reassembled Elizabethan, Georgian, whatever it was, shipwreck. That was kind of cool. It's kind of cool. Marine archaeology. There's something else, right? Yeah, tons of stuff. Science stuff as well. Science project diving. I've done a lot of videography work diving too. Yeah. I have only seen dolphins from the land. I know many others, including your friend, but locally that have had dolphins. They've been on training dives as well with students, and then dolphins have come along, and it's what the hell? Elizabethan always sounds like an insult. Yeah, it does actually, seem, doesn't it? It does. Froschfinchen. Big jellyfish. Was it a big pink jellyfish? Was it really big? Like a big barrel? How big are we talking? Are we talking like a trash can? With stubby tentacles? Or are we talking like a plate? A wobbly plate with long tentacles? Or are you talking about this sort of thing? What kind of jellyfish are we talking? Both that big. Okay. It could have been a barrel jellyfish. Per Latin name will come to me. Or it could have been more of a plant, not long tentacled. It could be like one of the moon jellyfish species, which are beautiful, really beautiful. In fact, the lovely pattern you see on them is actually their gonads. But irrespective of that, they're quite pretty, and they're quite rigid as well. Like you'd expect them to be like jelly or Americans. What do you call if jelly is if our jam is your jelly? Then what do you call jelly? Jello. Got it. Jello. Yeah, this is like, it's not like jellyfish have the same consistency as Jello, but you know the concentrated Jello blocks before you to make Jello. That's what it's like. They're quite, the consistency is quite solid. The palm of your hand, maybe, kind of how it feels like. I ran out of the water, didn't look back. I'm so sorry. It's like I had to be all over that jellyfish. It was like, just fascinated with them. Like, really fascinated with them. Oh, sewing machine issues. Sewing machines are kind of dangerous. Jello's brand name, gelatin, is the generic word. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, it's kind of gelatin. Hey, Larry. Come say hi. Larry! Oh, thanks for that. Hey, Larry. Jelly is named for an orange cat. It works. I wonder if jellyfish talk about what texture humans are. Jellyfish have really weird life cycles, really weird biology. Imagine if gravity, like we only have skeletons because of gravity, you know, and well, other reasons, but predominantly land life, the evolution compared to stuff that stayed in the sea, evolved in the sea and stayed in the sea. Totally different. If you could evolve and you didn't have to deal with gravity, right? Like in the same way at all, you look like all kinds of weird things. And jellyfish can live forever. Like jellyfish have no life expectancy, really. I mean, they do in practice. But in theory, jellyfish can live forever. They will just revert back to the Medusa stage, which is incredible. In fact, a jellyfish and a sea anemone, they're basically the same thing. Just the jellyfish is, free floating one. But they're fascinating creatures. Their nervous system is spread across the bell of the jellyfish. I need to put you on disturb on because I hear like notification beeps and things. And oh, it's a Patreon member. Welcome to the Autistic Cats. I won't see your name until you say, like, would you want to be in the credits or not? Because quite a lot of members want to be secret members. They want to be quiet. They want to be secret members. I've got quite a few secret members. Don't put my name in the credits. Don't let anyone know I'm here. Turn the lights off. This is secret. I don't want anyone to know. That one. Welcome. So dumb. But like exhaustion hunting, yeah, absolutely. But like it's like it's utterly fascinating. Like they don't have a central nervous system; they have a distributed nervous system. You know what the hell? What do we have? Closeted autistic cats? I don't know. Look, can I tell you though? Like, here's a couple of reasons, right? Here's a couple of things you might want to be aware of. One of those is that maybe you don't want your family to know that you're contemplating that you might be autistic or not at this stage, right? It might be something that you don't want to tell people. Don't tell them, Pike. Yeah, what's your name? Don't tell them, Pike. I loved Dad's Army as a kid. And a Lower Low. I didn't even realize Lower Low was about the French resistance. I had no idea. It was just a funny little comedy for me. Good morning. Good time zone. If we do, welcome. Yeah, totally. But like, disclosure is an interesting thing. So, for example, in my... it's a weird concept, the whole IRL in real life. What is in real life? But like, my IRL family, some of them found my YouTube account on the TV. I'm just using it as content now, Yannick. Like, so some people like... And then they're like, what's autistic AF? Bugger. Right, okay. I've also accidentally locked cats in closets. I mean, you know, it's not, like cats get into closets, like cupboards, drawers. Cats will get into anything. You have to check everything in this house. Everything. For presence of cat. I even put a sticker on the tumble dryer with a picture of a cat on it, like, please check before closing, just as a reminder not to close like a cat in there. It's just like, if there's like a nice spot, it's legit a problem. I once locked Emma in the dryer. It's funny you should say that, because it was our Emma and our dryer. Maybe it's just cats called Emma. There's a picture of Emma on the dryer because Emma likes the dryer. Yeah, fortunately. But like, why do cats? Who knows? But disclosure is a really big thing. Like, it's really, really interesting. Like, you know, and often, you know, you'll have a time and place. My tips to anyone listening, because there's an awful lot of people that listen and then don't comment. I won't even get to the fact that more people from my life have found my YouTube channel recently. Won't even go there. Hello, if you're watching. But people will you want to kind of like be intentional when you tell people anything, irrespective of something like autism, that no one understands what it is. Sounds like you're telling them you're a leprechaun. You got to be really careful. Thanks, leader. It's like, that's the issue, right? Like, you want to be super intentional. A lot of people use fake names. Yeah, it's true. It's true. Quite a few people on my Patreon do ask me to change their names in the credits. So they want to be there, but they want a different name. That's okay too. Hello, Mike's fam. Yeah, Mike's fam and friends. Like, so some old neighbors from like a long time ago have been in touch. Like, oh, I really like your content. We've been watching it for a while, and it's like, shit. Okay, so I'm being perceived. But to be fair, I do get a lot of impressions on my YouTube videos. Like, it's low millions, and it's only a matter of time before my face arrives on somebody's phone or TV, and then they only click it because they go, I think I know that guy. You know? So I know why a lot of YouTubers like to be super private too. But whatever. Isabella, how do you manage it? I've had people contact me, old school friends. David, if you're watching this, hi. And it's kind of cool. I don't know if people find it because of autism, or I don't know if it's because I'm actually being bathed like an interrogation here. Give me a second. Sorry, I only turned the lights down so I could do the anonymous thing. That's better. Do you feel like I'm being interrogated? Let me just turn the lights down a bit. There you go. Isn't being super private not possible for YouTubers? Totally is possible. You just, you know, you know, like face reveals. Does anybody follow any YouTubers like, you know, like the animation YouTubers, all of the animation YouTubers, all of them, like they're all like animators, and then there's like this face reveal thing. Some have had their, you know, their faces, you know, revealed, you know, without their consent. It's happened. I'd much rather take control of it, I suppose. But then again, the flip side of that is yes, I am, you know, I want my privacy, but then also the flip side is also I'm not lying to you guys. Like Charlie and I have been talking about You, Joe from You on Netflix, and it just you know, I get like mild You vibes insofar as the fact that like it's like, oh wow, everyone who's ever known me or met me suddenly finds my YouTube channel because why not? This is where we are now. But there's a good reason why people wouldn't want to disclose that they are autistic or disclose who they are. And then there's also a lot of cunts out there as well. Not you guys, but I think as your YouTube channel grows, I can attest to this, the number of potential cunts increases linearly with the size of the audience. It just happens. So it's just, you know, the and I can say the spectrum of humanity is all represented potentially in small numbers, but that becomes much higher as the number increases. Diagnosed narcissists currently sitting at around 1%. So 30,000 subscribers means 300 diagnosed narcissists. Nothing wrong with that, by the way. I'm not casting shade. I'm purely using it as a numerical example of a number that I can do maths in my head very easily, as opposed to some complicated percentage. Make IT work. I wrote 100% worry about my job finding out. This is absolutely the case. How's it best? Yeah, it's true. And things like my family also deserve their privacy. So they're not involved in my channel in the same way. Some cannot be because of their work. So, you know, it's interesting. But anyway, the reason I'm laboring on about it and spending so much time on this is because I think that it's really, really important. And, you know, whether or not to disclose anything, actually, do you know what? This applies to everything from sexuality, dare I say, trans disclosure, queer identities, whatever. I know sometimes you want to go, oh my God, I've just discovered this thing about myself. Holy shit, this is amazing. I want everyone to know. To which I would say, steady on, partner. Steady on. You need to be intentional about these things. And I know I've made a YouTube channel about it. I did not expect this, but I was mildly prepared for it, I suppose. Insofar as you can prepare for anything. You have to kind of think about what you intend to happen as a result of your disclosure. So if it's like a job, it's because it's about accommodations. In which case, could you not ask for the accommodation or just do the accommodation anyway? Maybe. On that basis without a disclosure. Like, can you achieve it without disclosure? I mean, hell, if you work for a neuroaffirming third sector organization and you're an employee there and you say, oh, I've just, you know, I'm exploring the possibility that I might be autistic, or I've got an autistic assessment, or ADHD, or whatever, insert whatever here, right? Go for it, probably. If you're here on this chat, you're probably in a good place to do that. You can also use an anonymous username on the internet and explore spaces. Hey, Jen, my friend. I saw... That was the noise of the peacock, sorry. It haunts my dreams. In fact, I hardly have dreams because it's so fucking noisy. Thank you very much. I will be in touch with you. I have well, you know. Yeah, I can't say too much. What I can say is, if Quinn is here watching, I've got your message, mate, and I've had to take notes, and I will reply properly later. That's what I wanted to say. In case you were looking. But yeah, the whole kind of thing where friends, family, acquaintances, whoever, random people from your life start sort of popping up. That is kind of, I think, possibly not that relatable to a lot of people, and it's kind of almost a creator thing. And I'm finding that like, okay, that's a bit strange. The first one was Wendy, incidentally. I remember like well over a year ago now. Like it was like I was doing a live stream. It had like, I don't know, there weren't that many people on the live stream. It was like 10 or something. 10 people on the live stream. And and just like, oh, greetings from the Isle of Man. Isle of Man. I think I've got a photo of that somewhere. Meg, IT work, how do you navigate that? I think how I might feel about it, I give myself some time. I go, and then I go, okay. I'm very proto at the minute. I'm very early to fetal development in the back of my head. I'm not entirely... Okay, I've been playing Baldur's Gate 3. I'm thinking of tadpoles in the brain. But living ones, not dead ones like RFKs. I mean, sorry, did I say that out loud? I did. Let me go back. Let's not do politics. Sorry, everyone. Sorry. I just... Okay. Hello, everybody. Moving jobs for fresh start as Unmasked Me is quite good, actually. In fact, quite a lot of us move countries. It's true. Quite a lot of us actually move counties, move states, move whatever. Quite a lot of us do that. And literally is for a fresh start. You can just sort of be yourself, right? I suppose also it's this concept of like, quote unquote, youth being wasted on the young. And a lot of the issue there is that, holy shit, I wished I knew all of this stuff before. I wished I had like a cheat code to get some XP and then just level up a little bit when I was younger. And it would have made so much difference. Azure, I'm on like my 5th playthrough. Bad, isn't it? Like, Mike, does it hurt to where your cat is right now? Yeah, you've spotted me. Yeah, the right part of the frame literally sits right on where my head hurts, unless I push it forward, but then it looks weird. Yeah, they're right there. I'm going to repot myself. Yeah. Or am I playing life on hard mode? Yeah, autistic people are playing life on hard mode. There's no question about it. I'd like to say sort of like neurodivergent as well, but like, the terms. Allistic means non-autistic. Autistic means autistic. ADHD means ADHD. And it's like, hey, Jasper. And it's like, I want to say like neurodivergent people, but I'm thinking specifically of autistic struggles when I'm talking about life on hard mode. But it's true for ADHDers as well. I mean, here. Don't stab me. Your back feet. I'm going to have to pick your back feet up. There we go. This is Jasper. Hello, Jasper. He smells of mud and grass. No forks, no spoons, only knives. Your mum made you cat ears, Orin. That's amazing. That's amazing. Yeah, ADHD definitely adds hard mode. Yeah, all these things add extra it's like custom difficulties, but I'm not going to talk about all the projects I'm going to do. But we'll go into why that is. I will make content about this because, I mean, it super interests me, which is kind of a prerequisite for anything that gets done in my life. And I don't want to sort of take it away. I talked about it briefly at the beginning of this thing, transactional analysis. I think it will be really useful to everyone here, actually. It has been for me. It's something I learned back in my 20s from a psychologist, psychiatrist of the 1960s, late 1960s, called Eric Berne. Holy shit, Granite. Mike did a video about environments can affect ASD, both detrimentally and positively. That was pretty informative, and let me make a 40-year move. Holy crap. You did that yourself. The consequences are on you. No, seriously. You did that. All power to you. I'm glad I was able to prompt something. Miss Pat Van Drum Lady, how's the ABA project coming? Is it making you feel like you've been subjected to ABA? It's still research mode. Unfortunately, I feel like I've bitten off more than I can chew. Because what's going to happen is I'm going to have ended up spending 300 hours on one YouTube video, and it will be one. It's not going to be a series. Hell no. It might be a long video. It might be about an hour and a half. And I do come into it with bias. I know that people aren't going to watch all my video. I know that. I know that people are going to watch 2 minutes and then just literally wail into me in the comments. I guarantee that's going to happen. And the misunderstandings are going to be just like, well, not misunderstanding, malice, I guess, is just going to be off the charts. So I'm kind of like dreading it a tiny bit. The actual ABA training has been better in some respects than I expected, more frustrating in ways that I never realized. The assignments are banal. Just an hour and a half. Yeah, Leslie, I'm thinking like cut this fucker down. The reason I haven't spoken about it, guys, it might be my 100th video on my channel. You know that, right? It might be my 100th video, like long form, detailed, researched video. You know, big ass video. And the reason I haven't talked about it is because I feel like it's a topic that's incredibly sensitive and it demands a certain amount of attention and responsibility. Do you agree? I feel like I'm not saying that everything doesn't deserve that. My autism simulation video from Sunday was quite opinion heavy, of my opinions, and lots of people disagreed with me, and that's fine. That's okay. You know, it's quite, you know, this is going to be fucking huge. Holy crap, Granite. That's incredibly generous. You did not need to do that. The reason it hasn't read out on TTL, by the way, or TTS, is because I was being trolled by everybody who was unsubscribing and subbing. Thanks for the info and perspectives you've provided to our tribe. Thank you. Thank you very much. Jasper says thanks as well. That $20 is going to get spent like immediately. I'm going to go and get coffee and cake with that and cat treats. Like, holy hell. That's super generous. Thank you so much. At least you really tried to get rid of bias. I don't know, Yannicka, if I'm trying to get rid of it. I guess I'm cognizant of it. Look, ABA therapy was created by a guy that created gay conversion therapy. Okay, let's just say if you happen to be homophobic and stuff, that's, you know, one thing. All right, fine, let's move on. Who also had empathies with National Socialism, the Nazi Party, who lived under it, actually, obviously, because it was from that time, described autistic people as just being empty shells, not real people. You know, prescribe the use of aversives, you know, shocks, hits, whatever. You know, you can, if you want to train someone, in fact, I do like how video games have done this really, really well. If you want to train someone, like, oh, have I lost my sub count? Where are it gone? Oh, there it is. if you want to train someone in the use of, you know, you want to train someone and get them to comply with you, you can use force, right? I'm not advocating this. I'm just saying this is kind of the culture and where it's come from. So if you want someone to not do something, then, you know, hit them. Fucking hit them. Yeah, how about that? Some of us have been subjected to that parenting style. Yeah? You're muddy and dirty, Jasper. Wet as well as paws. Ugh. I think he's been in the pond or something. I've got a towel. Okay. Currently, it's possible. No, not like training the army. The army's not like this at all. The army is generally, depending on which army you mean, but volunteers, right? As opposed to conscripts. Even in the US, like it's a volunteer force. You know, people chose to join a military career. You know, they made that choice. They chose which branch they wanted. Navy, Army, Air Force, whatever. They intentionally made a choice. And currently, there are places in the world. There's one in the United States. It's called the Judge Rottenberg Center, and they electrocute autistic people. And it is as bad as it sounds. The United Nations have called it torture. The US FDA, this is from last year and so on. In fact, the FDA's plan this year was to have them banned. They've got some weird medical device. It's like you know, Laser Quest. Has anyone done Laser Blast or Laser Quest? This is Anaferret. Right. With Anaferret. And you go pew, pew, pew with lasers, and it vibrates a bit and lights come on and whatever. Really popular in the 90s. They've got one of those vests, but it delivers electric shocks. And in some of those places, people have even lost their lives as a result of staff bullying them. In the Judge Rottenberg Center, there was one incident where prank callers made phone calls to this center and had somebody... Don't both sides ABA. Interrobang. This is where I'm going with this. It's not a both sides thing. Trust me, I'm not the BBC. I have my opinion, and I'm giving it to you right now. These things this is bullshit. This is unscientific. It's just what some people believe, and that belief has somehow found a place in American law where it is allowed. And there's one particular place, right? That is practicing a type of ABA. Right? Not only that, but ABA has now fragmented into half a dozen other practices. There's loads of other practices. Now, I believe those prank calls actually caused the unfortunate death of the patient. I believe that's what happened in that particular example. It's a hard read. ABA also plays into the whole autism levels thing. You know, your level 1, 2, 3. If you've ever said you're level 1, 2, 3, you're kind of playing along with the whole ABA thing. I know, fun, isn't it? And that's it's a US thing. But then again, but also the flip side is, has modern ABA changed? The answer is yes. Is it? You might have to wait for my video. Arranging these thoughts, very powerful thoughts, into a coherent story is difficult. Yes, there will be a mind map. There is a mind map. There's currently a mind map. You want to see it? You want to see my mind map? Oh, the prank calls, Anne-Marie. Okay, so prank calls are being made to the Judge Rottenberg Center about a patient. The staff were then acting on those calls and electrocuting somebody. I believe they've died. I know you guys like my mind maps. For some reason, I've become the mind map guy. I don't know. Do you want to see my mind map? Is one of the most autistic questions I've ever heard. Hey, you. Psst. Over here. In the alleyway. Yeah, you. What? Hey, come over here. I've got something to show you. What is it? I'm scared. Have you seen my mind map? Have you seen my mind maps? They're really popular on the internet. It's not flirting, Soup. I mean it. It's the mind map. it's not. I never set out to be the mind map guy. Can we make this meme go away? Do I need to turn the brightness down or up? Down. Oh. So mind map. That's what it currently looks like. Oh, hang on a second. Oh yeah. It's called I'm Autistic and I Became a Registered Behavior Technician. That's just a working title. Obviously, it will have something a bit more impactful when it actually goes live. Yeah, I see some of you screenshotting it. I will make my mind map available and all of my notes. I will. Where will I do it? It will be Patreon, obviously. But that doesn't mean my video will be Patreon. Like, the video is going to be on YouTube. My intention is to make a Patreon video about the behind the scenes, the training and so on. Oh. I'm currently on graphing. Summarizing and graphing data in applied behavior analysis serves multiple purposes and offers various benefits. Graphical displays provide practitioners with immediate visual records of participants' behavior, allowing them to explore variations as they occur. Moreover, these displays serve as judgmental aids, aiding in the interpretation of study results and determining the significance of behavior changes. There's lots of graphing in ABA. Lots of graphs. And ethics is obviously quite high up on my list as well. So we're going to be diving into ethics. It's essentially going to be about ethics. But if I said I'm making an ethical video, an ethical behavior therapy video, no fucker's going to watch it. And I don't mean to be rude, but this video has probably cost me about £2,000 by now. And I need people to watch it. Like I'd rather do another playthrough or two of Baldur's Gate 3 than make this video. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, it feels like work is work. The software's great. Simple Mind Pro. I'm not related to it. It's cheap as well, and it's cross-platform. Yeah, ABA essentially at its heart is just graphing and filling in forms about, like, does the child move? I mean, like as an example, yeah, make line go up or down, yeah. This ABA video is the HS2 railway of autism. Yeah, it is. Yeah. Oh, the opportunity cost is massive. Oh, if I plowed all of that time into doing like a software contract, I could. Oh man, I like. This stuff is not like free to me. It's like, I'm not complaining, by the way. Tons of you support me. I'm not sitting here whinging. I'm a volunteer. I'm not complaining. I do want that to be very clear, everybody. But that doesn't mean I'm not going to say it how it is, which is, fuck me. I wanted to just press record on my camera over there, sit down on my stool, say my bit for about, I don't know, 3 hours, edit it down to maybe like half an hour or whatever, and then upload it to YouTube with a funny title and thumbnail. That's what I want to do. The problem is, and I do feel the criticism, which is, you know, right, you've you know, I basically have strawman the thing. Well, I'm not strawmanning the thing. I'm becoming the strawman. I am becoming the fucking dummy here. Don't you accuse me of strawmanning. People will. For the algorithm. 3 hours, never do that. Oh, no. That's exciting. I could sit down and waffle for hours. You've met me, right? I can just monologue about something I'm interested in for a very long time. I don't even know where the limit is. I don't even know. Like, monologuing is. I mean, look. Let's not beat around the bush. Autism and ADHD are special interests of mine. Is that something you relate to? I think it is. Yeah, so I could, basically I could just record a bunch of shit and post it. And I'm not casting shade on other creators or indeed myself. This is stupid. And I know that other creators that do big things have big budgets and they have big teams and they have all sorts of stuff. And I'm just going through this on my own. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like, consent is taught on the course. Like, consent is taught and encouraged, you know. Consent as you would expect in a sexual context, but this time it's not sexual, it's professional, and it's with children. But then again, how do children give informed consent about what they're about to experience? There's no way in hell. Because I'm not being funny. I'm not casting shade on any of you guys, but like, I have been very involved in this world for quite some time now, for a couple of years, but like essentially my whole life. Full time doesn't even cut it. It's like 4 years of my life crammed into 2 years doing this. And I didn't know half this stuff. Wherever you pass out, wherever you're sitting is limit, I think. Yeah, I think that's possibly, is it? Would you guys watch a 3-hour video on ABA from me? Because it's going to be long. This is a big ass thing. Each one of these tiny little things could be an hour. Insurance companies, for example. And no, I'm not going to make a series of videos on ABA. I don't want to. Occupational therapy. That's an hour. The Judge Rottenberg Center. Positive punishment for pain compliance via the use of electric shocks. That's an hour on its own. No one's going to watch it because it will be horrific and YouTube will demonetize it and everything. ABA sessions, sometimes involving touch. That's about half an hour right there. Insurance companies, that's about an hour. As in, like, of content, final delivered content. Double empathy problem stuff isn't taught at all. Consent, yeah, consent is a weird one because ABA is applied to children. It's like circumcision in that respect. 5% of hours every month have to be supervised, which means 95% of ABA RBT practices can be done privately with no no supervision. Ain't that a funny one? When I'm done this, I can be let loose on children with no supervision. I mean, I don't know. Me. Why are you going to finish so much series? And I don't want to, Soup. It's the reason I haven't even touched it to date. Watch anything you do on YouTube. I mean, thanks, Richard. I appreciate that very much. Literally. I think you've always an interesting way because comforting is a familiar voice in a weird way because maybe for the safeness community. Well, you are. And you're very welcome. And yeah, I'll be talking about RBT work, definitions, or dimensions, the 7 dimensions of ABA. You know about that, guys? 3 branches. Ivar Lovaas and his links to Nazi Germany. A whole lot. Let's just talk about it, you know. And I don't really want to just sit and think about it. Eileen not in the speech is going to put out on you after this, Mike. It's possible, yeah. I think also some autistic people might not like it. You know, one of my questions going into this is like, how do I tell the difference between good ABA and bad ABA? You know, and not just how do I tell the difference, me, how does a mother that didn't know what autism was until last week, and her child is playing up at home and she's blaming autism for the issues and say tantrums and has distinct meltdowns and needs the behavior changed because the situation at home is unlivable. How does that person choose a good ABA practitioner? I'm just saying. So there you go. So yeah, it's taking up an awful lot of time, and I'm just basically plowing in. I'm trying to make time for it every day. Every day I put 2 hours into this thing, maybe 3 hours into it. Sometimes more, sometimes less. And I'm going through it in a structured way. And it will be unlike my normal video content. That's not to say, you know, it's just going to be different. And it's probably going to have a long disclaimer at the beginning, which is not the thing you do on YouTube. You need to just jump into the content, but it's probably going to have a waffly, you know, don't shoot the messenger type of thing. And then, yeah. The fact of the matter is a lot of people that become things like RBTs work within that field and justify it. Kaylin is probably the most famous example. Make sense? It's not a video about like reveal the horrors of ABA, but it will reveal the horrors of ABA. You know. And then my Tracy K was Mink Wells. So you'll often see Mink Wells in the chat. That's Tracy. So yeah, so that's the angle that I'm kind of pitched at. I sense some stress coming off your mic. Yeah, exactly. So I kind of want it gone so I can do the other stuff. So when you guys are like, it's multiple videos, it's like, it's really not. it's like I've just hidden my mind map so I can't see it. No, it's like when you guys are like, oh, this could be multiple videos. It's like, it could be, but it's not gonna. It could easily be. It's not gonna be one video, and then I'm not going to talk about it for a while, or try not to. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's because it's just me. I'm not a human being. I can only do so much. Now you know autism as a family is the focus should be getting parents themselves informed of communication, creating safe environments for everyone. 100% napkin. Hey Katja, how's it going? Yeah, that's amazing. Yeah, that's amazing. True. I think also, like, for example, my like Eileen Lamb, for example, is a pertinent example of somebody that's acting in a way not becoming of kind person. Is that a fair thing to say? We want the same things. She wants better support resources for her child. So do I. I want him to have more. Like, we want the same stuff. The disconnect comes because she thinks that I And I am more capable than her child, there's no question. I mean, I'm an adult for a start. I live in a I'm not trying to be political, but like I live in a democratic country, and I focus hard onto my special interests, my passions, which has done well for me. I'm not a millionaire, but like, it's like I get by, and I get by doing the things that I enjoy hard. Like, that's what I've done. And my YouTube channel is an example of that, but like, that's what I've done. And I don't know that her child is going to have that, but I want him to have the same opportunities. I want him to have those things. Let's work on it rather than go, I'm the problem, because I don't think I am the problem. Katja, your cat passed away. I'm so sorry, Katja. That sucks. Oh man, there's like losses, you know. It sucks. It sucks. I'm sorry, Katja. Did you say what happened in the chat and I didn't see it, or I saw a mention of a scratch and you wanting to get a tattoo, right? Up to you. I have cat tattoos. Is that such a surprising thing to say? And I mean, for similar things, right? So when things are important to us, and like you can't. You see, I don't believe that by saying what I would normally say would actually be applicable in this situation, which is, if you were to get a tattoo, like okay, you feel strongly about it now, but will you feel the same way in a year? You probably will. That's not to say that will you be torn up about your cat all the time. No, but it's natural, and these emotions are big, and you should feel them. And you know, you're a good mum, and the cat loves you very much. I can empathize when you have so many cats. You spend so much time with them. They're a huge part of my life. I get it. I really do. And I have cat tattoos as a result. Do I regret them? Not in how. No, not at all. So do it if you feel like it would be the right thing. I don't know that a scratch would necessarily be the right thing. It's up to you. Meg IT work. Mike is trying to say there. No, Mike is trying to say Catch is contemplating memorializing a cat by indelibly marking her body. I've done that more than once. Mike is saying, I have done that. Yeah. And I like been there. So yeah, been there, done that. Consider something that has meaning to you and your kitty. And then I would encourage you to do it. But then again, I think I'm a bad influence. I'm a terrible influence. You know, but I no, don't be sorry. It's true, and I appreciate that I do struggle with appearing. I'm a much better troubleshooter than I am a there. But I think it's fair to say in this respect, you know, I've lost many cats. In fact, here's one for you. So we have 15 cats currently. In fact, actually, we're in the process of trying to trap Hydra's boyfriends, because they are curious about where we live, and I reckon I can trap them. That would make it 17 cats. But we've had more. 21, 22 cats was the highest. And when I first lost a cat, Millie, when she was 23. In fact, all of the work I ever did, nearly all the work that I ever did in animal rescue, my entire time with cats protection, my entire time with cat shelters and things, I had never lost a cat. But do you know what that means? When you have, you know, a couple of dozen cats and you've not lost one for a decade, maybe a decade and a half, you get it. What happens is you lose them rapidly. And it's really hard. I get it. And they mean a lot to me. My just boyfriends, yeah, it's true. Rescue kids, spoil them, love. Do it. Love your kitties and your friends, your furry friends and family members. Yeah, definitely do that. It could be birds, it could be cats, it could be anything. In fact, it could even be nothing, right? I am not encouraging anyone to adopt cats. I'm trying to. You know, it's fucking hard. I think dogs probably harder in general, from a general autistic point of view, but cats, they have a special place in my heart. A lot of my memories, a lot of my friendships and things kind of came out of cats. So there's a link there. But yeah, Helen and Wendy, if you're listening, Merlin is dad, and Salem's dad, and Dottie's dad. I reckon before the end of the year, it'll happen. I reckon we'll catch the dad. As for Guinevere's dad, and some of you won't know what I'm talking about, and Tosca's dad and Anna's dad, look, you guys got a moment. I will play just the kitten section from the Hydra song. Just look, if you're new here and you don't have a clue what the hell I'm saying, this is what we're talking about.
As night she takes flight, a fluffy force, a beacon of light, with a man of fury and a heart so pure. Hydra.
Okay, right. So this is Hydra the cat, who is not currently available. I could possibly go into... No. What we'll do is we'll probably obviously trap neuter. But then what I'm going to do is with Nina, obviously, you know, we'll trap and neuter, and we'll probably... that's difficult, because what we'll probably do is that if they're hanging around, which they currently are, and we're currently putting food out for them now, so if we can catch them, we'll probably do, like, I don't know, a release, but then it won't be a release. They'll probably make their way in at that point. Super random only, exactly. I just currently out of stock. You know, I just probably sleeping.
She brushed the land with eyes of gold. Hydra the cat, ready to endure. She brushed the land with eyes of gold. A guardian she's. Hydra reminds us all to hydrate on the door.
What do you think of the hat, by the way? It's in the merch store. So obviously it's, you know, it's a reminder to hydrate. Remember? Yeah, get it? Get it? New people? Hydra the cat, hydrate? Yes, exactly. Hydration reminder. There's a long backstory to this. We need an EDM mix. Damn straight we do. The other thing is, there is a long history to this. The copyright issues are complicated. I'm going to get a copyright claim on this live stream, but it's okay. I just have to fill in some forms. I own the copyright, but I'm not the distributor. This music is available, by the way, if you've got like Spotify or Apple Music or anything.
With her mighty tail, she sweeps the night. Crosses from legs, a regal sight. To the goal. With a pulse, we find a connection so free. Hydra the cat, reminding us to be. With her mighty tail, she sweeps the night. Crosses from legs, a regal sight. On the screen, she's fierce and bright. Hydra the cat, a guiding light.
Look at the live stream. Look at the live stream comments. Helen, Layla P, Laura Bury sent Helen's. You guys in here? This is actually on a live stream when I showed. Sorry, it's kind of meta.
She's at her best, reminding us to drink and play. Hydra leads us Hydra the cat, reminding us to be rocking free.
Shall I go find her? Shall I go find her? Shall I go find her? Yeah. Folks, there is actually a video on my channel that explains the lore behind all of this stuff. If you're new here, you might not know, but this channel, Autistic AF, it has a metric butt ton of lore. L-O-R-E. Like, so much shit has happened. It has been life-changing. So much. Like, Helen has 2 of the kittens, but we'll get to that in a minute. Okay, I'll get it.
Hydra the cat, reminding us to be rocking free. Kingdom shines bright with kittens in tow. She's a powerful sight. With the warriors, an army of night. Hydra lead them through the darkest night. In a vein of fury, a beacon of light. Her heart so pure, a guardian in flight. From dusk till dawn, they chase and play. Hydra and her kittens, rocking every day. Hydra, the king with the fiery roar. The kittens are here to rock our souls to the core.
Her kittens are here to rock.
Their pulse will find a connection so free.
You know,
Hydra leads them through the darkest night. In her of fury, a beacon of light, are so pure, a guardian in flight. From dusk to dawn, the chase and play. Hydra and the kittens rocking every day. Hydra, the killing with the fiery roar. The kittens are here to rock our soul to the core. In our pulse we find the connection so free. Hydra and her heartbeat, rocking eternally.
There it is. It's available on Spotify, YouTube Music, Apple Music, Amazon Music, Tidal, everywhere.
Hydra, the cat.
And it's true, by the way. Thank you. Right, okay, so so what happened with the song? Right, we're not finished here. Watch the laugh and the song, rock the meow. Yeah, that's amazing. It's like an older cat's meow. Right, let me just hide that one so that it will bring that back, and then I can do that, and then it brings that back. Cool. Right. So just to let you guys know, okay, it is on Spotify. If I do this, Alexa, play Hydra Rising by Autistic AF. And hey Google, play Hydra Rising by Autistic AF. And then hey Siri, play Hydra Rising by Autistic AF. Let me know if I got any of you. A little bit of fun. So how the song started, on my birthday last year, which also happened to be a live stream day, the kittens were born. The kittens... I can put the cat ears on top of the hat. Yes, I have multiple cat ears. Okay, that looks a bit weird, but it does protect my head. So, literally, it just... Oh, there goes my phone, headphone here, causing chaos. Love the chaos. They just arrived, right? These kittens literally were born just before the live stream, and you can actually go and watch that live stream. It's really funny. But anyway, the song, Hydra Rising, was partly, previously, AI generated when we were playing around with Suno AI a while ago now, about a year ago, actually, probably about a year ago-ish. And what happened is, we, amongst other songs, the shanty of the C Flap Flaps, the C Flap Flap Manta Ray shanty, that was funny too. Anyway, actually, it was so funny. The only recording I have of it is me snorting through it. It's so amusing. Well, I thought I'd surprise everyone with the kittens, actually. I tried keeping it quiet because it was a fun little surprise. It was quite kind of hard to do. And Hydra had 8. 2 of them are with Helen and family. 2 of them are with Wendy and family. 1 of them is with family, with other young cats. And 3 of them are here. And then Mike was like, this is fire. It must be made. Yes. So then as another surprise, it was like, so I used that because people had heard the Hydra Rising like first couple of verses before, just AI generated, just the first couple of verses. That wasn't new. That was, you know, people had heard them before. But I made I was editing that literally to the very second before the live stream. And I was here literally just like screaming with the microphone on mute, just because I'm like, how is this going to land? This is going to be so funny. That's why I put the lyric in on the 3rd verse. The kittens are here, to make it like really obvious. And then I made a little animation saying the kittens are here on the screen. So when we came to actually edit that into an actual video, music video, that was another surprise, and that took a little while. I'm sorry we're a bit short on surprises at the minute. Mostly because I'm just stuck on these bigger projects that I'm working on, which is slowing me down on doing all of the fun chaos goblin stuff that I like to do. Anna, Dottie, and Tosca. I love how you repeat yourself. Am I? There's a question. What did I miss? Yeah, you squeaking through a C flat shanty makes it even funnier. Yes, but also I wished I'd saved it, as you can now, and we've done some other stuff, you know, otherwise as well. We've done a couple of other AI ones, but that was actual real one done by real artists. And it cost quite a bit to make, and it was really fiddly. It was lots of back and forth. It was all done remotely. Like, the drummer and the singer are Italian but don't know each other. The lead guitarist is Ukrainian. The bass guitarist is from the UK. And then it was like, you know, so there was quite a bit of like back and forth getting like all this stuff together, and then having it like link, you know, and it's like, oh shit, right, we need to re-record that. The actual song itself has got like 30, 40 stems on it. It's really complicated. The synthesizer, the synth stuff, they're all played by me. I'm actually in some of the backing vocals as well, just because some of them needed filling out a tiny bit. So I did a tiny bit there. And it's just like, so you know, I've experienced in project management. Yeah. But it's like, it was really something. And it's lovely to just drop that on the community as an actual song. It's just hella fun. Like, I can't begin to tell you. Fun Chaos Goblin stuff. May I have the extra time and energy for that one day? Chaos Mythology. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. It's all I want in the world. All I want in the world is the fun Chaos Goblin stuff. Is that too much to ask? I just want to do fun Chaos Goblin stuff. I'll get Hydra in a bit. Why is this so complicated? The toilet chicken Cookie has babies, Cookie Crumbs. She actually only has one direct descendant, but she has others, you know, that she sat on the eggs. Cake and Chaos Goblin stuff. Yeah, like totally, like just... I know we all long for that, right? And then real life gets in the way. I get it. Like, you know, that's just the story of life, unfortunately. Mike, how is your sandwich situation? My plan was to start that music video, which I know would be five minutes long, then bugger off into the kitchen, make a sandwich with some fresh bread that I just bought today, and then run in here and eat it. And then, but that never happened because I kept pausing it. I want you to know, Fredda, I remember thinking, what? When the kittens are here, come out. Yeah. Oh, Fredda, I had no sleep. Nina had no sleep. Nina literally stayed up all night with Hydra. I went to sleep and tried sleeping. And then Nina kept coming in going, we're up to 3. And I'm like, okay, we can do 3. And then she come back. We're up to 4. We're up to 5. So it was literally all through the night. Weren't sure if Anna would survive. She was the smallest one. And it's like, you know, I loved dropping that surprise for Fredda. The whole kittens are here. You know, and I had to run it through AI so many times to get it to shout it. Because I'm like, no. I want the kittens are here. Like, actually just redo it. Kittens are here. I actually remember getting it to just do a song which was nothing but shouting the kittens are here so that I could then try and splice it in. And I'm doing all of this with like 10 minutes to go before the stream. Well, it was a couple of hours, right? But I'm just like bleary-eyed trying to like look after Hydra. Hydra was just in the back of the room, ready to growl at anyone that came near her and her kittens. I put a like, I knew this would happen. So I went on eBay and I got some secondhand video transmitters so that I could put a camera where Hydra is with her kittens. And then I could like run away like a wildlife thing. And I could actually like stream from a camera that was remote. Like I planned all of this shit, dude. I don't know what to tell you. It's like I'm autistic or something. And yeah, I'm suspicious of AI too, but like honestly, like there probably is one example of taking AI content and turning it into a human song. But it's 100% banned, and everyone was paid very, very, very well. The total cost was very high. Very high. You said it's bug off the song. Yeah, I was going to do a sandwich, but I still will. I'll go grab one. I usually have a sandwich on Tuesday. Hi, Chanuka. How did this happen? How did this happen? Are we watching the formation of an autistic ritual in real time that's going to cause me problems in the future? Now, you ain't autistic. You're nothing like my 8-year-old nephew. 8 now. It's usually a 5-year-old. It's like a Peter Pan kid. Peter Pan autistic nephew. Is there one autistic nephew that gets passed around? Or is it that people have heard that there is this autistic nephew from some point in the 90s and is still used as a modern day example? I appreciate it. Yeah, thanks, Freda. I don't think I've ever laughed and just screamed in anticipation more in my entire life. There's no problem that can't be solved by the application of a sufficiently sized sandwich. I think the same way, but tea. So yeah, for those of you that are new to the channel, there's so much channel lore. We've done so much stuff here, like just like I know like my YouTube channel's like I know it's 30k, which is like holy shit balls, but also it's kind of small, and and it's like even when it was like really tiny, we did so much shit. Like so much has come out of this community. Even bigger stuff that I don't. Not my stories to tell, guys. Like, but like, there's some amazing stories that have come out in the community. It's just you know, it blows my mind, and the possibilities blow my mind even more. Make a video game next. Yeah, I still can't get over the fact peanut butter and jam / jelly. Do you know what? I didn't like it so much that I don't believe any variation in quantities or quality of any of the ingredients would have made any difference. I actually really disliked it. It was like tacky. Well, peanut butter is that way often. But if it's just a peanut butter sandwich, it's just peanut butter. It's simple flavor. It works really, really well. Like I would eat all of those ingredients. Like I'd even have a jam sandwich and a peanut butter sandwich, you know, with a bit of water or something, or a bit of tea or whatever in between. Charlie, I like that this YouTube channel feels like a community. Because it is. It's like, it is mildly segmented. I know a lot of people would love to support me and can't, or whatever, or you're supporting other creators, and that's completely cool too. That's totally fine. But we have this kind of like live stream vibe anyway in Discord, and I know other creators have communities too, and it's all fine. No hard feelings. It's all good. It really is all good. I think we are a great corner of the wider autistic community. I think we are. Jansen, how about after party? I'll cheese and ketchup sarnie. As long as the cheese can be toasted. I'll 100% do that. It is a bit weird, but I reckon I'd be okay with it. So, was it the sweet savory mix that put you off, Mike? Yeah, maybe it was, Scott. You know, maybe it was. Yeah. You know, like a sausage roll with icing on, or like marzipan cereal. You know what? Do you understand what I'm trying to say, everyone? The best community ever. Yeah, and I know I am cheese and pickle. I can do if it's the small stuff. Great. If it's pickly and it's like a sweet one and not too like super tart, I can do that too. Great. The kindness is palpable here. It's very soothing. Oh, man. I mean, I'm fully aware that I'm monologuing, okay, and have been now for like a couple of hours, and this is very much like the Mike show, and I'm monologuing, blah blah blah. And like I would say that, wouldn't I? Like, oh yeah, Mike's got the best community, isn't it? He would say that. I get that. I understand. I understand that, but I'm not joking. I'm not joking. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, best community ever. And like life changing. Not in like a I've won the lottery kind of life changing way, but literally life changing. Yeah. And I don't mind the ABA work as long as it's like, you know, it's purposeful and stuff, and it's like okay. And it's like an itch, and I have to kind of scratch it and like scratch that itch, you know. Do that stim. Right, I feel a bit better now. Let's just get on with the world. Get it out of the way. Michael B, thank you so much for D&Ding, for DMing. And also thank you for the offer of joining in on the next round. I totally want to. I am totally there in spirit. Right now I am bollocksed for time and energy, but I'm totally there. I have had a think about a character. This is not like a now thing. Like for me, I can't do it, but I've always wanted to play D&D. And like, I think I would be possibly a tabaxi, the cat person, but with really low dexterity. I would be a low dexterity cat in D&D. It would have to be a warlock, because in D&D, the game, a warlock so you've got different types of spellcasters, different types of magic, right? But the warlock only gets its magic from its patron, which I think in real life would be my community, but like realistically, it would be like YouTube. So YouTube is like a faceless boss that demands things of me, and I feel like that. So I would be a tabaxi. I would be a tabaxi, which is a cat humanoid. A low dexterity tabaxi warlock. There you go. Patreon is a cat. Yeah. I think that's how I would play. The scratching poster changed my life for the better in so many ways. Yeah. I shit you not. I want to... Do you know what? I would love to even be a voyeur on one of your D&D sessions. I promise I wouldn't record it for content. I'm just saying... just like... But like, honestly, I have to... Honestly, I hate this so much. But I have to turn it down, and I will join at some point. Like it is literally like something I've always wanted to do. Oh, this game! Oh, I really want to play it. Great. I do enjoy Baldur's Gate. I could possibly enjoy that too. But right now I am bollocks. I literally, I know I'm spending tons of time streaming and doing stuff, but like, and YouTube video making, blah blah blah. But I'm also a software engineer, and I have a full-time software engineering day job, which I'm now getting rid of. You know this, right? You guys know this? I am now. I have unfortunately, I have committed to a massive change, and it's too late. I can't go back. That blows my... I'll go eat a sandwich. Yes, I will. I promise. Like, Michael B, scratching posters improve life measure. I'm not shitting you. Like, and even if your D&D campaign can take like spectators that are like non-speaking and just in the chat, I'm not telling you how to organize it. You guys do. Don't let me in any way influence or ruin it. I only ever want to be a player, and it would have to be a tabaxi with low dexterity, a low dexterity cat. I've promise you I haven't given this a huge amount of thought, but I reckon that's a hell of a good character. I don't care about the backstory. Just a tabaxi with low dexterity, a warlock that gets all their power from a nameless, faceless patron that provides the spells or whatever. Eldritch Blast. Load it. We start a second D&D group. My character is literally just Spock DOO. Okay, I saw that, TJ, before you removed it. I can relate to a lot to being a low dexterity cat. I've never said these words out loud. I know someone, was it Anne-Marie, mentioned something about being a low dexterity druid or something like that. That might be where my brain has taken it from. I think your ADHD has helped you take the leap from safe work into a new unknown future. I watched this Gen video which mentioned something like this. Something make you a job. Yeah. Eldritch Blasts! Is a catnip blast. Super low dexterity cat. Oh, yeah. Thank you, Amelia, and thank you for being here since, like, very early on. Low dexterity cat is what I would play. Granite state of mind. I don't know where in the world you are, but I can recommend a couple of things. Holy crap! I had the best vegan cheese the other day. It was like a camembert, but it wasn't camembert. I used to love camembert, so I feel like I am the right person to judge. And I think it was cashews. It was cashew camembert baked. Nice bread. I could just eat that all day. I'd probably end up with some sort of like sodium issue, but still, it was nice. Daya, yeah, melts quite well. Cathedral City, banging. Cathedral City, amazing. In fact, that is what's going on a sandwich imminently in my world. Gonna get one. I kind of take some real leaps of faith in my life too. Yeah, I suppose I have done that, but I've done it to the detriment of everything else in my life. Even the cat thing, even the rescue stuff, even the volunteering as a trustee, and even some of the diving marine projects. All that stuff has all been unpaid. And I've been a software engineer throughout, and sort of like getting rid of that. And it's the only thing I've ever really known. Feels a bit weird to me, but I reckon it feels like I want to see where this road goes. It feels like if you've got any Marks and Spencers near you, Granite, you can get some smoked cheese from Plant Kitchen Marks and Spencer. That's also very nice. Sometimes I mix them. Yeah, what I was saying was I forgot. The time stuff still wasn't too able to peek into. So I'm really sorry, Napkin. There's going to be more of it. I said that before, and Pardolo from Australia is like, yeah, that'd be cool. And I love seeing Pardolo's stuff in the Nature Channel, just of like kayaking and snorkeling in Australia, and it's also beautiful and lovely. And the only thing I show you from the sea here is, generally speaking, you know, like the North Sea, it's like really poor vis-a-vis. It's very cold. It's very murky. You won't really see anything. But there is always something. Apologies for the language. What language? But YouTube demands you do the song and dance reviews, but what keeps us coming back is just seeing yourself in live streams. Thank you. Take care, Ashley. Take care. Oh, you edited your language. Okay. Oh, what was it? I've used some very naughty words on this live stream. Do you think we have a certain amount of arrogance in assuming we'll be able to do something we've never done? Yeah. Do you know something else? Kind of come to mind as well. This is not a neurodivergent thing. Well, I don't know. I mean, I don't think so. But do any of you find that you're really good at something? It could be crafting is a really good example. You can be amazing in some sort of craft. And then you see something over your shoulder. And it might be another thing you might get interested in. You don't want to do it because you're a beginner and you'll be shit. Right? I have some content around that too in the pipeline. I should possibly not tell you. But yeah, I mean, it's true. Like a lot of the time it's like, why should I do this thing? Because I just don't want to feel like a beginner again. You didn't say it out loud, but that's the truth. Yeah, people being afraid of being bad at something new, but also being a beginner even. Like an actual beginner, like a oh my god, I'm going to break my neck beginner, whatever it is. I actually like that beginner's feeling. Okay. These are nothing. Hey D, welcome. Again. I'm throwing hands with my inner perfectionist. I don't know that because I navigated it in no time. Yeah, it is nice to have a sense of confidence that you can trust yourself. Musical instruments are a big one here, yeah. I had that with starting sax, but it made me so much better at flute. So doing the new thing can make you better at the old thing. Ah, I like. Another thing, by the way, I am thoroughly enjoying. Something that I really thoroughly enjoy is the wisdom from the group wisdom, the zeitgeist. Because everyone's so fucking smart. I collect hobbies and a complete new skill just to do one project. Yeah. What about something that's really out of your comfort zone? like if we get, say, like a musical instrument and you take a different musical instrument, that qualifies as doing something as a complete beginner. Oh, totally. And frustrating as well. Like, if I pick up a guitar, I get intensely frustrated immediately, and that's it. It doesn't go anywhere. Programming languages can be similar. Oh, I sod this. I'm going to go back. Yeah. What if it's something physical? Might have to have this conversation another time when I can explain what I mean better. Feelings are nice. You're going to get better. Okay, well, this is slightly off topic from what I've got in my head. Okay, other than the wisdom of the crowd, is there's this thing. This is so hot takey. It's not hot takey. It's just half baked. Which is that slightly more advanced beginners are much better at teaching beginners than experts or masters are. Because they have forgotten what it is like to be a beginner. So often, some of the best people to learn from are not people that are very, very good. I found that with diving. All stuff related to diving. Nearly like 90% of what I've ever learned has actually come from people that were just a little bit further down the road than me. And not instructors and people that know what they're talking about and, super knowledgeable, super capable people. Because, for example, like kitting up and stuff, like they just do it and then they're ready and then looking at you like, why aren't you ready? And I make an effort not to do that with other people. Then again, I tend to be the person that teaches new people because I am very aware of what it's like to be a new person. White belt mentality, is that what it's called? Thank you, Richard. That's logged in my brain. Yeah, so you do that with grad training at work. Interesting. Anne-Marie, interesting. The little conscious decisions and movements have to be performed. Yep. Oh, you know diving, right? Diving and driving are very similar. In that, like, eventually driving becomes subconscious if that's what you do, if that's what you can. Diving is the same. It starts off as I'm going to die. I cannot breathe. What if this happens? I'm going to panic. This is awful. Oh my God, what was that? And eventually it becomes subconscious and you go, I'm bored. I need something to do. And for me, I just get intense amount. To be fair, I have trained so many people. I have taken out so many people on their very first dives, and all of those people have become, many of them have become technical divers. Some of them have become instructors, and I'm still just doing the shallow stuff that I enjoy pretty much. Because that's what I want to do. That's where I enjoy, and I like looking at seaweeds up close. I like looking at all this stuff, and a lot of people have terrible dive experiences. There's loads of reasons why. Mammalian reflexes. Yeah, you're right. We're not supposed to be there. Same with dancing. It has to be broken in single movements at the beginning. They start to blend to go into accommodations. Yes, exactly. And it's like, right, we're going to do this, whatever the words are for that in group, and they can do the thing. But our brains are so capable when we move from type, I'm going to say it wrong. Someone's going to correct me. Just do it. Just correct me. Just enjoy the moment. From type 2 to type 1 thinking, where we go from this sort of like conscious shit, clutch in, change gear, clutch up. Oh, too much. No. Put it in a bit more gas, that sort of thing. When you change from that, so it just happens. In fact, it happens so subconsciously that you have no recollection of it afterwards. Procedural memory, that muscle memory. Right, I'm going to get a sandwich. Sandwich now, tea now. Tea now, sandwich in half an hour. After party in half an hour. We'll play some games, etc. Honig. Oh, I love your cats. Actually, they're funny. I've had a couple of bad dive experiences. Yeah, that will be fine. I think the worst. Right, 2-minute break. Mike is buggering off, but he's coming back. Unlike brave Sarah Robin. 2 minutes. Ads might play. Enjoy them. Tell me what you get. 2 minutes.
Appalachian sunrise meets my skin. Even with my eyes still closed, I can feel it coming in. Golden, golden, I'll follow only golden, 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 golden things. Mountain laurel high fives for miles in spring. Rainbow trout and a hummingbird wing. Golden, I'll follow only golden. Golden, golden things. Gold hair, gold rings, gold leaves, gold anything, golden, I'll follow only golden, golden, golden things.
I'll do some proper food in a... Oh, hang on. I took my ears off. Yeah, I'll do some proper food in a minute, but for now, I want to tell you about this really cool product. Hashtag sponsored segment. Not sponsored. They're called Pink Panther wafers. Yes, that Pink Panther. The one with the inspector detective. Pink Panther wafers are amazing. I'll do a sandwich in a minute. 2 minutes isn't long enough to make a sandwich. That's so nice. You're going to listen to me bite one. Ready? Oh, it's so good. They've got lines. Thank you, Amelia. That's amazing. That is beautiful. What a lovely sunny day as well. And that water quality looks fantastic. It's of a kayaker with a couple of dolphins coming to say hi, dolphin friends. Love dolphin friends. Dolphin friends. Yeah. So the sponsor situation is I do get sponsors contacting me all the time, like multiple a day. It's very silly. Most of them are not real. Most of them are like salespeople. There is an entire market, by the way. I hope you guys know this because I didn't. Why would you know? I had no idea. There's an entire market of people whose job it is to be the middleman between so-called influencers and brands. And they go out there and they try and like hook up deals. And I hear, like all the time. But a lot of the stuff is shit. What the fuck am I? No, why would I even? Why do you no? Well, yeah. I've replied to a few and gone, which video did you like the best? Which one do you think fits your brand? Just trying to get them to just sort of tell me to go on, just, mostly bollocks. There's a few people I've sent on their way. BetterHelp. I said to BetterHelp, your brand, you got a few problems there. Not comfortable. BetterHelp with your ethics behind your brand. Sorry. It would be better if it wasn't so. But I'm very sorry. I can't work with you. I actually sent this email to BetterHelp. I won't show it on YouTube. I have to redact it, but I could show it in Discord if you remind me. I'll show it in the party. I'm like, yeah, your brand. No. So yeah, that's how sponsorships are. I obviously asked Bellessa. I saw Meg did a Bellessa sponsorship. Paige Leal did a Bellessa sponsorship, and I'm thinking, what have we got in common? Well, we're all autistic. We're content creators. But my genitals are incorrect. I'm a small channel, so it's possible they're not interesting. To be fair, I did pitch a cracker idea to Balessa, and they weren't interested. And I was genuinely like, bugger. They don't get the lore. They don't get the channel lore. They don't get the humor. I'm not going to be damaging to their brand. What's Meg got? What's a page oh god that I don't have? Don't answer that question. And other creators as well. And it's not actually about the money. I would do it just for the lols, and also the really good offer. So my proposal is I just want a cracking offer for people, and that can come out of my commission. My commission is less important. The better offer is more important, and the entertainment value is much more important. Those two things are important to me. Well, eventually, seeing adverts for mental therapy annoys me. I tend not to really treat general mental health conditions as serious problems. Yeah, I guess. I think it's probably because they're not geared up to handle it, and to ethically provide the right sort of support. They could do, but it's the riskier side of the market, and they're just going to go for mass market. So yes, I think you're right. Am I desynced or are you? 1 second. Whoa! I'm huge. I'm so big right now. Why am I huge? Bit better. I'm a bit less huge now. Makes me, a bit better. Mike's lips are out of sync with his voice for me, like an old martial arts film. Yeah, cool. So I've actually refreshed. Things should be better now. Things should be better. Yeah, things should be back in sync again. It does happen. There is a risk with the WebRTC streaming protocol, which is kind of, I mean, it's nice that we have it, but it is shit compared to the alternatives. So if I'm using Restream, I'm using WebRTC. Thank you, Tracy. What is BetterHelp's policy? Just not providing good, helpful service? BetterHelp have some issues with... I have to be careful what I say. I'd much rather research this before saying it exactly. I can signpost you. I just have to be a bit careful about what I'm saying. Oh yeah, I've lost my... I'll see if I can bring it back. Hang on. There it is. It's going to be weird. Okay. I mean, it kind of proves a point, right? Looks a bit weird. I'm down here, everyone. I'm a little man in a box. I'm very small. Help. I'm tiny. I'm very, very small. Okay, less small now. We're getting there. Oh, not really like that. How did I have it? Okay, we're getting there. Something like that kind of works. That kind of works. Oh, the BBC did a documentary. Oh, sweet. Okay. Pitu, I hope you're not going to bring your COVID into the group. I hope you're feeling better. Bit. Yeah, man, I felt rough. I mean, like from what I heard, many people did get proper help using better help, but there are also cases of people did not get proper help. Someone really shouldn't be helping. True. Yeah. I just have to be careful what I say. I don't have the details to hand, and I want to quote sources appropriately. But yeah, you can Google it. But I turn them down just on the basis of that cloud of issues, which I don't want to be associated with. Now, that's not to say that therapy isn't useful for some. Teletherapy is probably better for autistic people than in-person therapy. But honestly, I don't know. I think therapists that are not aware of neurodivergent communication differences, it could be really bad for autistic people. I think mediation can be really bad for autistic people as well. I think it will literally potentially work against you. It's a really challenging one. If you have to work, if you have to attend any sort of mediation and representing yourself in some way, you're going to find it really difficult compared to a neurotypical counterpart. That's the difference. Hey, Chuckles, thank you. I can show with any therapy, to be honest. Yeah, therapy is like another thing entirely, but like therapy is usually one-to-one, whereas something like mediation is like, you know, two opposing parties plus a mediator. And so lack of processing time, I think, is a big one. Things like the weird framing that mediators will use in order to kind of progress things. I get it, but I don't think it plays to autistic strengths. It plays to neurotypical ones. So that's why I'm thinking, that'd be a bit sus. I beg to differ as a low-income woman with 4 other diagnosed disabilities as far as teletherapy working for autistic people. No. I'm suggesting that in general, teletherapy might be a better option for autistic people versus in-person therapy. It might be cheaper too. It might tick that box. Do you not think so? It's okay to disagree or to provide clarification. With respect to better, whatever, therapy should be covered under health services, and sometimes it is. I agree with you. Yeah, I mean, therapy is kind of like getting your hair cut, right? Like in terms of it being private and out of healthcare systems. I think it also depends on who you've got, who you're talking to as well. I also suspect, getting a bit Freud here, but like a therapist that you cannot see, if you cannot see your therapist's face when you're talking to them, that is possibly a healthier scenario than if you can, because then you're not looking for any sort of, you're not looking for how what you're saying is landing. That might need more context from me, and it will come under transactional analysis later on. Let's get behavioral analysis out of the way first. I spent 25 years with a therapist before she suggested Asperger's. Holy crap. Talk about slow workers. Jeffrey, I'm sorry. Wow. Okay. Yeah, no, like, whoa. 25 years. Like, you know, you can like get a different one, right? I need more than talk therapy and the Socratic method that involves the other person asking a bunch of questions whether I can answer them or not. Yep. I would like cheap therapy. Sounds awful, but in Cambodia, with Cambodian salary $60 per hour, is 2 weeks' groceries. Wow, interesting. Wow. And culturally, that would work for you? YouTube is my therapist, working great so far. I think kind of like healthy, trained therapists can be a massive help for people, right? Potentially, like there's a reflection that looks like cat's eyes. Sorry, it's distracting. Oh, it is cat's eyes. It's these cat's eyes. It's my plushy cat eyes looking at me. Oh, that is scary. I hate reflections. Oh man. I literally got anti-reflective glass put on this picture behind me. You can see my early videos compared to my later ones. Just wow, you know. Yeah, El Moonlight, are you sure it's cat's eyes? It could be a monster. Well, indeed. That's where your mind goes. I'm thinking like, what the fuck is that? It's my limbic system handling that one for me, keeping me safe from monsters. And it's like, fuck's sake, it's my bloody plushy cat, my lovely plushy cat, but in the distance with the reflection puts the eyes closer together, two little green yellow circles out there. It was frightening for a moment, distracting. Boo, I was about to say, is it the plushy? Yeah, it is, yeah. There's a window there. And it's a reflection of the window. Yes, I do not like it. I can't wait for transactional analysis. Cool, yeah, I've got a lot to say on the subject. It's been a big interest of mine for a very long time. Something that's kept me literally transactional analysis is, once you learn about transactional analysis, this is going to sound like a cult now. It's not where I'm going with this. Once you learn about transactional analysis and start understanding it and applying it, you see it everywhere. And it's actually really helpful. Did you get me saying I found it works really well for my autistic mind? Recover my balance. Are you talking about transactional analysis or are you talking about therapy? Sorry, the context got lost. Are the NT and ND the ones supposed to notice monsters outside the caveman cave? Maybe. I've heard two arguments to that, which is that, you know, natural neurodiversities, things like pareidolia, can be associated with ADHD / autism, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Just, you know, a difference in the tribe. But then also I think of it kind of the other way, in that it's less of a safety hunting thing and potentially more of a inventive thing. I don't know. There's a baby bright doll that fell off the bed. Aww. In the interrogation, yeah. I can convince the doc who tested me autistic was part of the eye contact I made. Yeah. Good night, Harriet. We're heading over to Discord soon. Therapy has not been useful to me. It's a model of human interaction from the 60s by psychiatrist Eric Byrne. I'm going to break it down on YouTube. I think there's some interesting things to take from it from an autistic point of view. In fact, I dare say, without over-promising, I think it explains an awful lot about the empathic differences between neurodivergent groups and neurotypical groups. I think it explains a shitload. To be fair, I'm obsessed with human behavior. I guess psychology, if you like, but less pop and more applied. More, why do people do that? What is the purpose of small talk? Why do people do it? What's going on? Like, everyone knows that you're having bullshit communication. What the fuck is this? You all sound like computer modems to me. What's going on? And there's some very good reasons for it. CBT, interesting. It's got two meanings also. Careful Googling CBT. Pitto, I'm using Restream. Yeah, totally. Happily. We'll chat about it on Discord. Happily. I have a lot to say on the subject, but it's a little bit niche. CBT definitely made things worse for me. Understood. Tassie Wolf, do you have any advice for feeling like you desperately need therapy but you're scared of not being seen? I'll leave that one for the group. Because, yeah, I mean, maybe. I mean, it's a risk, right? And it varies depending on therapist. You just have to keep selecting a different one each time. I mean, it's tough. My opinions only really make sense on therapy from a transactional perspective. So therapists kind of play the adult role a lot of the time. A lot of the time they are the adultier adult. And yeah, they're using the Socratic method because it's a heuristic and it kind of works. It's the street evangelizing kind of street advocacy. Sorry, not evangelizing. Street advocacy is the wrong word. Yes. It's the street evangelizing, street advocacy works. It works. It's not the right word, but it works. And it's a good way to get people to sort of like change their ideas on things because you can't confront people with something. Like in the last after party, we talked about it's not about the nail. It's worth a Google. There's a short video. It's a little bit gender-based, but it doesn't have to be. Basically, there's two people. One's on the couch complaining about having headaches, and the other one is like, there's a nail in your head. And the one with the nail says, it's not about the nail. It's about they're there, and it's about some comfort. And the other one's like, there's a nail in your face. You should remove it. And so on and so forth. You can't often tell people, hey, I actually know what the answer is. Like a lot of the time, can't do it. And it applies to work as well. Sometimes with work, you cannot say what the answer is. I've been in so many meetings. It's actually gotten better in my career because as I've gotten more advanced and more senior, I now have the social privilege to say, the answer, everybody, is 42. Clap, 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 clap. I get paid. I go home. Wow. I mean, when I was younger, more junior, you can't say what the answer is because you're going to make people look bad. You're gonna upend a manager, but the manager that's hired me to come and give them the answer, oh, that makes the manager look good. Oh, you chose the right guy. Well done. Thank you for that. Good plan. Yes, we don't have to pay him anymore now, do we? Good. Well done. Good decision, Mr. Jones. And you just can't actually confront people with that. And to be fair, a lot of the issues I have on YouTube where people have gotten really angry with me is because they've literally been confronted with it's not necessarily like I'm the truth and I've done something and it confronts something in them. Not like that at all. It doesn't matter about me. It's just that's when I see it because I get the hate from it. But like when there's something there, you can't point it out. You have to kind of lead people, and I'm really bad at leading people. I'm terrible at leading people. Like, oh, for fuck's sake. Right, this is the answer. We now need to take them on a journey to get them there and make them think about it for themselves. Yeah, I'd be a shit therapist. I would say you have a nail in your face. It needs to be removed. Let's go to A&E. I'll come with you. Let's pack a bag. Whereas the actual answer is, why do you feel that way? Have you not have you thought about, oh God, no, don't do that. Just do it. Be like, make a cup of tea and sit down and sort of wait. I haven't got time for this shit. Just there's the nail in your face. You need to meet people where they're at. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It annoys me that the whole of life and human interaction is a mastery that I feel like has been lost to me, and it's like doing Dungeons and Dragons again. I do not have the proficiency. I roll with disadvantage every single time I have human communication. So I tend to withdraw from it so that I don't have to deal with it. Which again, it's not like a super healthy way to be, right? So, therapists. A therapist's job isn't to fix anything. In fact, sometimes you might have a hygiene query, a specific, I need to earn a bit more money. I'm stuffed. How do I deal with this situation? I've got an issue. I've got a vet bill. How do I manage this? What do I do? How do I adult more? Why do you feel like you need to adult more? You don't want any of that bullshit. You actually want some advice. I have no aversion to conflicts. People don't like that. Void career. My tolerance for BS is very, very low, and getting lower and thinner all the time as I age. There you go. Desync happens. This is a WebRTC issue. No, not like that. Hang on. We'll get there. We'll get there. There we go. A bit better. If there was thanks, Elmin, so yeah, I physically only written down to look into. There's a coaches, not therapists. Yeah, that's not therapy, that's coaching. Yeah, I get that. Void career, thanks. Okay, yeah, I mean, blows my mind. Blows my little mind. My small little brain has exploded at the idea that so many people would want to sub. No, do not spill hot tea on yourself. I really am a low dexterity cat. We could be the low dexterity cats with the odd super high dexterity one in our midst. As you get older, you get a lot better at recognizing VS. Yeah, you do. It's just experience thing. You don't get better necessarily at dealing with it. You go, oh, for fuck's sake. That's where I'm struggling with on the ABA stuff. Only because it's like, maybe it's because it's entry level and I'm more interested in answering my questions as opposed to going through the rigmarole of you know. Doesn't if they're a hammerhead now. That's funny. That would get a laugh out of anyone interested in marine stuff or sharks or I can't say it. What is it called? The 2-syllable thing? Why does IKEA make it so difficult? Blowhard, yeah. Blowhigh. Okay. Blowhigh works for like a whale. It's not a whale. That's it. Blow, yes. Blowhard. I'm gonna. Find a good therapist match is very similar to dating. Oh my god, it's a numbers game, all over again. Blue Shark. A therapist not keeping appointments is actually terrible. That's just patently unprofessional. It should just be, I'm really sorry, blah, blah, blah. A scammer? Ilgemister. Welcome. Red Gen has a trip plan to acquire a Blahaj. Amazing. Love it. There is a Blahaj flowchart about acquiring a Blahaj that exists. Cool. Thank you for subbing. New subscribers. The sub thing's weird. It's really strange. Like it blows my mind how anyone would ever want to sub. Like it's like, hey, welcome. And if you did unsub, by the way, as a joke, you might want to resub. I'm just saying. We invest in therapy when I somehow appeal PIP. Good luck with that. It feels like the worst possible time to have to fight a PIP thing. Just because of the sheer amount of workload that they'll be under. Sell your organs to get a Blahaj. I don't think it gets as extreme as that. I think it's quite simple. I think it literally just says like sell your possessions and get a Blahaj. If you don't have a Blowhaj, I'm not inspiring. I subbed my other accounts. Haha, Pito. Oh, that's funny. How do I counsel a therapist and a social worker that keeps changing methods every time they meet you online or in person, but not sticking with something? Yeah, that's terrible, obviously. I don't know if you were expecting me to say that, because that's obviously bad. Everything can be slowed down. Like with respect to things like life-saving emergencies and like defibrillation, CPR, you know, everything can be just like, right, just don't be reactive, just slow down. And if they're making changes like that, they're probably just overcorrecting each time. Right? Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, I don't know how much of it is like a client's responsibility. So I've just noticed that my plant has lost a leaf. I don't know if it's going to be happy living in the fish tank water. It's been there for like months now, and I'm trying to make it work, but I've just noticed it's probably not happy. But it was happy, so I don't know what's changed. I've not changed the way I manage the tank or whatever. I've done multiple accounts as well. Thanks, Richard. So basically, the 30k thing is just people gaming it. It's just a game. Anne-Marie. It didn't lose it. It was this one, and it was tucked behind the tank. Also, there's another leaf here about to unfold. It's actually better than I expected or you anticipated. Ew. That's a bit of good news, isn't it? Oops, sorry. Leslie, check that information on the CDC. It depends. The CDC have a schedule. And it is also not like anti-vaxxers post on their memes. It's nothing like that. I've had on this plan for many years. Nice. Yeah, I'm actually really happy because I just looked over and I think it was cat related, to be fair. Like as in a cat's moved it, you know, like laid on it or whatever. So I only saw one leaf and it's like, oh no. No, actually, it's going to turn into 3 leaves, which is kind of cool. It is time for after party and has been for a little while now. Plus, this social worker didn't do any of this with other autistic clients. Other clients, he has his clients. How would you know? Anne-Marie, Mike proving once again that much of life is about perspective. Oh, the wisdom, the one person wisdom flowing from Anne-Marie. Also, the captions in our really cool after party games. No pressure. That's been quite good. But yeah, you're right. Yeah, that's pretty cool. So yeah, that plant has been there for a while, and you know, maybe it will live. I mean, look, it's not in the best of condition. I get that, but it's something. It's in there, and it's you know, it's kind of working out. I mean, it's not dead. It seems okay, you know. But yeah, it's actually in much better condition than I thought. Maybe you are the wise Moomin monk. I didn't know there was a Moomin monk. On the edge of my seat for 330. It was 3003 for a while, which is really fun. It is a bit weird as well, actually, the whole kind of like 30k subs thing. It's a bit weird. It's like I remember the first like 100. We just did 369. Can we say nice 300 times? Imagine like 69 420. Actually, do you know what? If that ever happens, I would definitely screenshot that. Take care, Amelia. I hope it goes really well. I hope you have a lovely time and the weather is nice. Say hello to the sun for me. Hey, there we go. 30-30, everyone. It's 30-30. It's 30-30. $30.29. If everyone stims the like button simultaneously en masse, what will happen is you'll see it just like literally having a fit on the screen. You'll see it like, you wait for a second, then it will scroll, and then wait for a second, it will scroll, and wait for a second, it will scroll. That's just the like button. This is true. If you guys want to game it for a bit of fun and hit dislike and then like and stuff, you'll watch it go. It literally rides in real time, which is kind of fun. I know. The number is not pleasing currently, is it? Even though it's like the most amazing number, and I'm kind of blown away by it. It's not pleasing. It is not a pleasurable number. It's weird. I think it's because of just how odd it is. It was too much pressure for someone. I can look at the live stream behind the scenes. It is 30-30 now. Yeah, there you go. See, it's just gone up. And the sub count's going to be weird. It actually is showing nothing. There's no data. Oh, maybe it only shows data once it's published? I don't know. Most of the time, my YouTube Studio doesn't show me much. It's always delayed. I don't know if that's a good sign. Might be a good sign. Oh, there you go. Someone else. Bye. See you later. Gotta remember to claim your free Blahaj on the way out. Why are we all like this? Ah, give us the answer. 30,000 people is so many people. Yeah, it is. It feels like a million times more than like 29,000. 30,000 feels like a light years away from 29,000 for some reason. From 29,999, 30,000 feels like serious now. Is 30,029 a prime number? Charlie, wow. If you have 30k subscribers, how come only 89 are watching now? The number of people that watch live is not the same number of people that are in total subscribed to the channel. So according to analytics, the engagement on my YouTube channel is unbelievably high. Like off the charts high. So I think I posted a premiere with no notice on Sunday night, really late. And it had 134 concurrent viewers at its highest point. And it was just trending up to it. That's usually seen when channels are way bigger. 6-figure channels. A lot of people watch them afterwards. The live stream will get about 1,000 views, maybe 2,000 views. Depends on the stream. Some streams are really popular, some streams are not popular at all. All everyone sub and resub simultaneously. That's funny. Also, time zones are a thing. And also, not everyone watches lives. The fact is, most of my viewers don't watch live streams. So, you know, thing. More people watch shorts than they do live streams. But yeah. Any chance of dummy or bot accounts subscribing just to scrape data or something like that? How so? You don't need to subscribe to a channel to scrape it. I have shorts. Are we talking about the videos? Yeah, there are shorts. There are shorts on the channel. Not many. Jen's great at shorts. I'm loving Jen's shorts videos at the minute. They're brilliant. They're amazing. Times to do the thing, a rather underestimated worldwide thing. Live chat could be hard for some people to follow. This is true. And just it's a format that's like really long and engaged. And I think a lot of people don't like that. That's okay. It's quite unstructured, and my favorite show is I Like Cats. Thank you. Mac Bree, I enjoyed sharing a video on neurotypical spectrum disorder. Thank you. I feel like it's kind of overdue to like almost redo it. I don't really want to redo videos. I feel like once I've made something, it's kind of like my last word on the matter unless I change my mind. And I don't think I'm going to change my mind on Autism Speaks. I think Autism Speaks cannot change now. I think they are stuck in this weird MLM thing going on. I'm not accusing them of being an MLM scheme, but I'm saying that they are MLM-like insofar as they exist for the purpose of existing. like they have no mission other than to just feed themselves, which is batshit. Oh, take care, hi Snooker, and I will be grabbing that sandwich imminently. I hope you're feeling better. I hope you are well on the path to recovery. And you need to give your kitty cats a kiss. Get to a 33 substream. Yeah. I am Alism. Exactly. Exactly. Edit all of that sort of thing. You know, neurotypical simulator, blah, blah. There's so much mileage, there's so much stuff there. to talk about. Unless you buy them out with $46 million times probably 5 they'd want. They'd want like $200 million, $300 million to fuck off. Yeah, sorry, my brain is in what would I do to change my mind on Autism Speaks? Well, what I have said is they spend less than 1% on funding resources and things for families with autistic kids and stuff. And it is pretty much just kids. All right, well, that has to change, doesn't it? What level would it have to be for me to go, this isn't a fucking evil piece of shit company? What level would it have to be? It's different for everyone. I think 50% is a reasonable amount to start at, and they can work towards becoming more efficient charity after that. I think that'd be okay. I would change my mind at 50%. The galas and wasting the funds on galas, well, that would obviously have to, either stop or actually become revenue positive for autistic people. The research priorities. Oh, there you go. I don't think somebody agreed with the research priorities. Their research priorities, the fundraising, they're actually talking over autistic people. The thing that I get accused of doing, but actually that is literally what they are doing. Yeah, that needs to stop. There's a few things they can do. Yeah, I could change my mind on Autism Speaks. Yeah, I think I could change my mind on Autism Speaks. Yeah, of course I could. They need to own their past and not go, oh, this happened under different leadership. They need to talk about all of their, wacky sort of anti-vax rhetoric and all the bullshit from the founders. They need to clear it out. They have to have a big old, yeah, the party hasn't started yet. The party happens after this. It is entirely mic energy dependent, obviously, but yeah, that's what's going to happen. Take care, Granite. Multiple years, at least 50% to actually autistic people involved, autistic people in future plans. Yep, 100%. I feel like this is like bare minimum, right? If you were starting a new charity, hold up. If you were starting a brand new charity, brand new, and your mission and your goal is to improve the quality of life for autistic people, children and adults, to improve access to assessments and diagnosis, to push forward, a wider agenda of understanding, appreciation, or you could go acceptance, or if you wanted to, or awareness of autism and related conditions or neurotypes, blah, blah, blah. Right, there you go. That's your thing. We could brainstorm what the charity would look like and how it would be structured. Man, it's going to look totally different, and it's going to be way more efficient. You could set some efficiency goals and go, right, okay, in the first year, we're going to be 50% efficient, and we're going to move over 5 years. 60% efficiency, 80, 90. We'll sit at 90. That's where we're comfortable. 5% of the remainder is going to get reinvested into stocks, shares, whatever, blah, 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 recurring investments, property, land, blah. 5% is going to be spent on parties. An annual general meeting. How about that? One annual general meeting where you talk about what you've done that year. I don't know. I've just described an outline of a very basic charity structure. We only talked about the directors and the trustees. Get rid of all of those fucking people. You want an odd number of trustees. They need to be active. Their association with autism does not need to be, I have a son who's autistic. Ideally, they're autistic themselves, but, at least 50% autistic people on the board, blah, 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 all this sort of stuff, right? That's what a charity would look like, right? That's how we would do it. The logo would be, obviously, the hydrate. Whatever. My point is, I want to leave on a point because it's productive. I'm not just sitting here shit posting. I'm saying, what would a charity look like if we were setting one up looked and had a mission, blah, 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 blah. It would have a social media policy, Jansen. It would have a social media policy. So people that, directors that make posts and say things like, your hate fuels me, blah, 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 all this sort of bollocks, right? People that literally talk like a Sith Lord don't get to be part of the organization. Plushies for everyone, totally. In fact, the whole vibe of the place would be different. I mean, it would literally have a merch store with plushies in it. Like, it would have a brand. It would have a coherent kind of like autistic vibe to it. It'll be better connected with autistic communities. Plural. Just how would you build that charity? Right. Autism Speaks has to get there. Bear in mind, they're not a startup. So if Autism Speaks, if Wells Fargo, Keith Fargo, wants to say, right, we're fixing this shit, we're making it better, then what he can do is take the brief plan I've just outlined, which I pulled out of my arse from working, a history of working with charities. My real life D&D character, known as Mike, has quite a few proficiencies just from experience, from career. Well then, I expect higher. I would expect this new charity to pull its weight because they're not a startup. They're not pushing for brand awareness. Everyone fucking knows who they are. And they've got $50 million to spend. Most charities have got fuck all. Most charities have nothing when they start up. They started on a wish and a prayer and a garage or a spare bedroom. That's where they start. But their starting position is like a video game cheat code, and somebody's just given them infinite money. All right? Somebody's just given them infinite money, and you're starting a charity, basically, with effectively infinite money. What are they going to do? And because they've decided, and they have decided, since their inception, to be self-serving, personally enriching, I have other words to use. I think that is the literally the height of corruption. It's the height of an unethical thing to do. And that does take money, about $50 million a year, away from other charities that do actual shit. So I think you could pick a random charity and donate your money to it in the US, and it would actually do more good than going on a celebrity chef's posh meal for a bunch of neurotypicals. I'm sorry for ranting, everyone. It did mean that I didn't see the chat. We're going to go to a little puddle on Discord now. I'm very sorry. I've just had a... I'm trying to look at the chat. Thank you so much for joining me for a 30,000 subscriber live stream where we put the world to rights. Hydra Rising is available for download on all of your most popular services. Spotify, it's pretty good on Spotify. Have a little listen. Full disclosure, I do get a third of a US cent for every play. It's 0.003. So it's going to need to hit the top 10 before it pays itself off. But that's not the point. The song's fucking epic. Worth playing just on that basis alone. So yeah, give the track a play. If you want to know more about the lore of the channel and like, why does this YouTube channel have a heavy metal anthem, glam rock anthem for a cat? Well, look at my YouTube video channel history, where you will not only find the music video that I just played, but you'll also see a channel update from last October, where I basically tell you what I've done in the last year. I don't know. It feels like accountability. It feels like reflection, like reflecting on what you've done. I feel like that's a really important... I sound like a head teacher, I guess, but like I feel like it's an important activity. If you ask me what I did when I was 28, I haven't got a fucking clue. 29, I don't know. I can't remember any of this shit, and I didn't write it down. I mean, do you know what I mean? my life is fragmented. Like I can't remember. But I feel like by making like an annual video, it's kind of like, now I remember it's there. Like it's important, I think, to celebrate the little things. So, Hydra Rising, play Hydra Rising. And I'll see you in the after party. Well, I'm going to make a sandwich and we'll play some games and keep it light. And I'll shut up. Thank you very much for supporting me, being here, for making this the best. Barvinci, we need to make a law doc. Yeah, actually. Yeah. In fact, you know something? Just thinking about it out loud. New people arriving in Discord might get a bit overwhelmed by just how much culture that, I don't mean to be rude, but like how much stuff there is. There's like so much like, I know I'm just a guy on the internet making videos. I'm just a man on the internet making videos. But shit's happened. And it would be really good to be able to like go, this happened. Wendy, give your family and the kitty cats lots of love. Oh, and subscribe. I have the subscribe button. Wendy got me a subscribe button. It's in this room somewhere. I've checked the shelves. I checked the shelves next door. The subscribe button is here. It's within a couple of meters. It needs an air tag. Literally here. Last week, I did a live stream from the beach where I unboxed it. So thank you very much. Take care, everyone. I'll see you on Discord. We'll play some games. Oh, sorry. I actually have video for this. So bye is going to take like a couple of minutes. It goes. Oh, look, it's tiny. No, I'm tiny.